Hey, how we doing tonight? Looks like we got our first person to join, huh? Just gonna be kind of. Oh, hey, look it up. There's the big man himself. How's it going, buddy? Can you hear me all right? Excellent. Excellent. So yeah, tonight I'm just gonna kind of be moving stuff around a little bit. I need to get the core drill prepped back up. I got to get the drill onto the rig. I also need to pull the copper washer off and get that one onto the operational drill. I'm probably going to do a little bit of cleanup on that drill a little bit itself, just because I got to apply the anti-seize. So thanks, man. Perfect. I'm learning. So I got this stuff right here, some anti-seize dielectric grease, right? And I'm hoping that this time I can swap drill bits out a little bit better. Oh, see, I'm gonna have to get used to yeah. So I gotta get this all cleaned up, so then I can put this gunk on here. So then hopefully I don't get the bits stuck on there like I did last time. Because in all reality, that put me back like 6 months. I mean, for plenty of reasons, mostly laziness. But yeah, I mean, Nate and I were, both of us, we had torches on there. I've got huge, like a 36-inch wrench. I got pipe wrenches and stuff, I got everything. In fact, I have the same exact tools that the guy who took them off, same ones he used. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, so anyway, I'm just going to use, the copper washer there, make sure that, everything's cleaned up, put the dielectric grease on there. So then, and it's waterproof too, so it should be great because I'm using, of course, water. And then, yeah, hopefully this time I won't get the bit stuck on there, because the idea is I want to be able to. How's it going? Romania? Oh, yeah. Romania. Yeah, that's awesome. Sweet. No way. That's quite a ways away. But yeah, I want to get it to where I can swap my bits off quickly. Speaking of bits, I also, oh man, recently wanted to buy some extra core drill bits, and I saw a 5-pack of them on Amazon for like $90, which a normal core drill bit is usually like 100 to $130. And so I was like, too good to be true, but let's roll the dice. And yeah, they didn't even have diamonds. And like it said, wet diamond core drill bit 5-pack, these sizes, right? As soon as I opened it up, I was like, there's no diamonds. There's no diamonds on these. And so then I asked for a refund, and I told them, yeah, the reason I want refund is because there's no diamonds in these. And the seller got back and was like, well, we're confused. And I'm like, well, what part of confused? What's confusing you here? Look, the bits don't have any diamonds. I put a file to them. All of my other bits you can see the diamonds protruding because of the process. Furthermore, actually, ooh, this fires me up a little bit. Sorry, but look at this. Which one was it? You want to see with Jared, I mean, currently Rockhound was here right now. This guy would go bananas. Is it this one? No, not that one. Oh, yeah, there it is. There we go. Look at that. I don't want to, like, you know, open them up too much, but hopefully I can show you this. Okay. You see that right there? That is not how it's supposed to be. This, oh crap, that's really hard to do. This right here. Like, terrible. Oh God. That's a whole, like, extra chunk because, like, the process clearly, they just are like, their tools are no good. They're worn out. I mean, that thing is not skinny either. That's like a quarter of the diameter or the, you know, thickness of that. I'm just blown away. And there's no diamonds in it. Like all of the other bits I have, you know, this guy right here. Look at that. See the sparkle? You can see the tiny little dots on there. That's diamond. I mean, it's a crappy webcam, but you can see it. Even with this. Oh, well, maybe. No, that's going to be impossible. Oh, you did see a little sparkle there on this one up there. But you can see the diamonds is the bottom line. Every core belt, every drill bit that I have, you can see the diamonds. And so it's not like I'm just being, you know, dumb. So, and I put a file on it just because I was like, oh, yeah. Actually, I had a file out is what the deal was. And I was like, oh, yeah, I got that package, by the way. Oh, yeah. Nothing. So I looked on all the sides of the bit, and I'm like, this is garbage. So, yeah, I actually thought that they were going to, hopefully, I wanted them to, like, give me them for free because sometimes they'll do that. They're like, you caught us. Okay, we were trying to sell garbage, but you got us. All right, you can just have it. Here's your shipping back. Sometimes that's how they're making money as well, is they'll sell you garbage and then they'll just keep the shipping costs or whatever. And that's how, you know, there's a transaction cost or whatever. Anyway, I'm not a scammer, so I don't know all the details. Sorry. But they actually are going full through with it. And I'm like, great. Well, that's perfect because I'm going to just leave a review as well. I mean, hopefully you can pay to get the review removed. But bottom line is like, I'm going to take pictures and stuff and show you guys. And clearly you know what I should do is I should get like a screenshot or something and like post it in the, what do you call it? Communities or whatever. Oh, hey, what's up, dude? Good to see you, Donahue. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. I'll be here for a while. I'll be here all night. Ain't got nothing going on. I'm just hanging out, you know. So, but yeah, I'm definitely going to take pictures of these things, get that figured out, get my refund. It sucks that it's only like $90 because in all reality, even if I get the full refund, which I think was like $102 or something like that, including the shipping and everything, I don't think it's enough to buy the half size bit that I want. Because what it is I got a bunch of different bits here, but they're all full like, you know, inch size, 1 inch, or 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, etc., 5 inch. Yeah, exactly. Oh, definitely worth a try, dude. Exactly. Oh, and by the way, check this out. I was able to figure it out if you guys were around here on the last one, because clearly I'm just learning how to do all this web streaming stuff. It's just that I have a couple of the tools, and I know that there might be some of us that ain't really doing a whole lot on a Saturday night. So we could do something like this, at least hang out, you know. But anyway, because TVs are so cheap and stuff now, I was able to, hey, what up, man? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I was actually able to hook it up to where I have a big screen hooked up to my laptop. I'll just show you guys. Check it out. So this way I can actually read comments. Oh, look at that. I can actually read the comments and stuff. Because oh geez, I totally screwed up. Yeah, because like last time I couldn't read the comments. It was too small, kept looking down. The lighting was terrible. Oh god, I shouldn't have done any of that, should I? That was a terrible mistake. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's not like I'm some kind of, production master or something here. I'm just some Rockhound, man. Make videos in essentially a big closet. But hey, I got maps. So, what are you guys up to tonight? Anything cool besides watching another homie out in the woods? I know Apocalypse is he's probably got a bunch of deer that he's finishing wrapping up. But back to what I was getting to. I think what I'm going to do, because I kind of got a lot of work to do, and you guys don't want to sit and just hear me go. So yeah, this week didn't really do a whole lot because truck's broken, and so I couldn't go out, and I have a job. No, we're gonna fix some stuff, man. I even got a Red Bull for you guys, so then it's not boring. So what I want to do is I think I'm going to push these machines aside. I might actually set one of these smaller ones just off to the side right now, so then we have a little bit of workspace, because ultimately this machine needs to go. It's supposed to go over to my sister's house soon, but she doesn't have the space for it. And yeah, I've been busy. So Frank just is going to be a big, in the way for a little bit longer. And then the saw, I need to figure out what's going on with that, but I think we're going to actually push that out to next week, because I want to ask a few people, and I don't want to just stumble through it, with you guys watching and stuff. That's dumb. It's boring. So yeah, like I said, I think I'm just going to get this all cleaned up for today. I want to pull that core drill out too, because I don't know, maybe currently Rockhound will swing by, and I can show you guys what's up with the core drill, because I know he's been wanting to see what's up with that, because it's homemade, the best way. Well, I mean, Highland Park's machine is pretty awesome. Don't get me wrong. If you guys haven't seen that thing yet, oh god. If you guys haven't seen Highland Park's machine yet, woo-wee, is it a doozy. So check this out. This is the water and drip system for one of the core drills, sphere machines. So this is also a homemade setup. I know that the camera is not going to be super detailed, but you can see that what they had is a setup for all this. And now you could what's kind of weird though is they have this this manifold here, right? And it's splitting off to all this, but I don't know what for. The thing is like, if you look real close too, although it looks good, you're like, oh, that looks sophisticated and stuff like that. When you look close, you see that like this right here is actually wonky as all hell, like home built. Like, what are you doing, dude? But hey, that's the charm of it, that's kind of why I like some of the home built stuff, is you get to see like the charm of what's going on in somebody's mind while they're they know the task that needs to be completed, but they have their little quirks of how they did it, But anyway, yeah, this one has one too, but you can see this one was actually just a, one piece. It doesn't have the manifold on there. And so this is just one of the terminations. So yeah, and I'm not really sure. I mean, don't get me wrong, it kind of looks cool, but I'm not throwing it away, but I'm not going to use it. I have to figure out what purpose, because it's the same thing with my other sphere machine. I've got like this for the big boy. I've got like this, I don't know. It's a weird little frame setup that was for the drip. But it's got a little electric deal, pretty neat there. But for the most part, I'm like, I don't know. I think that's a different time, Things have changed a little bit on the like what you can do. And plus, I mean, okay, so check it out. On the sizes that I'm trying to get, it's going to cost like $1,250 to get the full set of cups, and that's like 3 cups per set, right? And then you have 8 different stages you go through, right? So it's like, it's going to take a while to build up that that inventory here on the tooling, but you can buy them a stage at a time, and it's like, yeah, okay, maybe it's every other month you're buying 3 cups. It's going to work. So eventually I'll get there. And then all these will be running and we'll just be cranking balls out. Exactly. See, you know it, man. Yeah. NW Rock Explorer. He definitely gets it. Oh, well, while I'm here, I might as well show you the other one. So check this out. So you guys, excuse me, saw that manifold, right? So this is actually the setup. I got to step over the cord so I don't take out my microphone. So this is the other setup that goes over the sphere machine on the big boy back there, right? And so what happens, I think, is this thing, maybe you adjust it somehow, you have a little dial, and then every once in a while, it just spits out some grit because you see it gets a little gap there. And so I'm not really sure. I think it's a really clever little, clever little setup here. But, I mean, with the Highland Cup parks, the HP cups and everything, the professional modern tooling, you're not using grit. So, well, I mean, that's not entirely true because you might be using some like cerium oxide or something like that. But dude, I want to say the cup stages go up to like 8,000 or something. So it's like, yeah, even if you're going to be doing obsidian, it should be fine. I don't know. That Zeke Rimple dude seems like he's getting quite the polish on his all his material. Now, don't get me wrong, he's getting all the premium Highland Park stuff because he's working there, and he's got the hydraulic Highland Park, core drill. But yeah, I don't have all that stuff, and so we'll just get along as we can. But yeah, I think that once I do get this whole setup going, it's going to be pretty wicked because, I mean, 4 sphere machines. And if I'm working, in like an assembly line type thing, I actually think I could get some good production going. And in fact, that might be part of the whole hobby for me as well, because, I mean, let's face it, I love going out and finding me some rocks, but there's, you get out there, and especially if you don't have a whole lot of other people doing it and stuff, it kind of gets like, I kind of want to do something else. And that's a big reason why I like doing this, because now I can get new, fresh ideas from people and like places to go. And hey, you could do this thing like this Intarsia stuff. I never heard of that stuff until now it started popping up, and I'm starting to see all that. And it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know about sphere machines until, I don't know, probably, we'll just leave it at that. I didn't know about sphere machines. As soon as I found out you could make spheres, I was like, mother of God, that is so wicked. I need to make spheres. I mean, and actually, Epoch over there, dude. Yeah, exactly. It's all about the balls, man. Spherically. Mm-hmm. But yes. So we're going to be taking something like this, flip it on its side, bam. But, if you look at this is a 2-inch. Well, I can get multiple spheres off of one core. So that's where you get into the whole production thing. And so just like with making videos, how making videos is another little sub hobby off of the main hobby. I think that doing like some production and trying to, I don't know, do the satisfactory type thing. It's just going to be another little part of the hobby. Like, because this thing, I like to, when I go to the museum and they have like, 10 saws out there, and they have all, when you go inside, you got all the, what do you call them? The genies and everything like that. And all the machines are full and all the saws are running. It's like, the symphony, you know, and we laugh about it. And it's like, this is going to be my little symphony back in here. It's going to be pretty cool. Oh yeah. No. This is bowenite right here. This is the moss agate core. I did cut a couple other ones up though, to make coins, because I was trying to make, well, coins. So I was slicing these really thin, like, I don't know, half inch or something like that, and then I was throwing those into the vibratory polisher, and come to find out, it doesn't work like you'd think it worked. So I quit doing it. And in fact, you can see in my bucket here, these are all for, these were all going to be for coins, because I can actually polish the bowenite coins really fast, super fast. But yeah, and then I've got, I don't know if I can show you guys this one, but this one actually turned out really well. So, it's kind of hard to see. Yeah, putting my hand by it is not really doing anything either. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. You can kind of see it there. So yeah, this is what, look, dude, there it is. Look, yes, I think I got it. All right, so you can, you can see that that green. Yeah, super deep green, very, very jade-like. But this is still that, at best, I think this is like a 5.5. But more than likely, it's like probably about a 5. It's pretty soft. But it does have some wicked character that in no way have I been able to figure out how to capture it on pictures, on video, anything like this. And so a few of these, that's why you see up on the shelf back there, these are my favorites. These are the keepers that probably never going to like get rid of. I do have a bunch of them that I am going to eventually, like, maybe sell as specimen or something, but for the most part, I just like finding it. Maybe I'll do something with it, but then I give it away. It's just, I don't know, funner that way. I'll make money off of sunstones. So, before I get sidetracked, Red Bull sidetracked again, we're going to put this big boy. Oh, man, actually, wish I could show you this one. I was trying to explain this one to my brother before. But you see that? Oh, yeah, that's good, right? Well, you see all those white lines? Those are not actually scratches. Those are all like mini chatoyant patches. And so when you get it, once this thing gets polished, and I'm going to try to make balls out of it, it's going to be wicked. And it came off of a massive rock. Massive, like, not even joking you. Like, I almost hurt myself trying to get this thing out. And then I got another one right next to it. But I haven't drilled that one yet because it's really difficult. Anyway. So yeah, let me put, that's good for now. And then I'm thinking, you just kind of get a little organized so I can actually work. Because, I mean, while my brother was here, we rearranged this whole shop and everything. We like reimagined it, and yeah. But then I was like, oh, dude, it's not going to make sense doing it like this because you guys can't see it quite as well. Because you see how these machines kind of get a little like blurry, right? That's the problem. And so what I actually want to do is I want to rotate this whole thing like this. So you can see machine right here, machine right here, machine right here. And then that way it's like, okay, if I want to move the camera to show you what's going on specifically, then I can, move it over the machine and show you like, okay, here's where we're at. Plus I'm trying to like keep it to where this is work side and that side is like electronics. And that's going to be difficult. It's going to be really difficult. And sound's going to be really difficult too. So what I'm thinking is I might get some of those, like, back in the day, you used to put like milk cartons or whatever up on there, or I mean, egg cartons, right? Well, I think I want to get some kind of sound dampening stuff like that, but modern, because there's some wicked stuff. So then when I'm running these, and if I have the microphone set correctly, we shouldn't just be drowned out and annoyed by some kind of like, that's dumb. I'm really trying to like think about this, but yeah. So set this guy aside. Yeah, doesn't it make more sense that way? I'm like drooling from that freaking Red Bull, man. I'm like, ooh, delicious. Yeah, I think it would be a lot better because then it's like you have this whole space right here, and this machine's not going to be here, So then that way I can actually set it up to where it's more of like a sphere station. And then I was thinking because you can still see this machine, I might actually bump it up and put the big boy over here, to where it's got its own little space. But once again, I'm working with a kind of a small area, and it's just work with what you got. Fortunately, I got this much. A lot of people don't even have this much. You know what I mean? Just I've been really putting in the time, and I've gotten really lucky over the years. But I would say that the biggest deal is that I figured out, like I used a bunch of different like lapidary tools down at the shop. I figured out what I liked. I do not like making cabochons. It's boring to me. And then I saw that you can buy them on like buy the, in bulk, like buy the kilo essentially on Temu or whatever the cheap website is nowadays, Alibaba, And so I'm like, oh, that's really, kind of heartbreaking. And I found out that they're doing essentially the same thing with spheres over in places like India, China, Indonesia. But what they're doing is they're using it like it's like a large bead mill, right? So you have two plates and anyway, those can only go up to a certain size, though, from what I understand, from what I've gathered. That's why I'm trying to do bigger spheres. So I think I can actually set up here. Move this for a minute. What are we looking like if I do this? You can see I did a whole lot of planning for tonight's show. Okay, I'm thinking, oh, that's right. I've got my wonky power. Because I'm thinking I want to get the core drill over here so I can show you guys what up. So let me fight this for a minute. Figure this wonkiness because I really didn't plan this out. And I probably should have at least a little bit. But, it's all good. That's why I just said, hanging out in the shop. We're not doing anything. Just to hang out. Oh, come on. 100-foot electrical cord. I love you, but you're heavy. You need to hang out down there for a little bit. All right. Thinking. Oh, hey, look. Bam. Coins. See? Yeah. So, and it's great too because if you do it correctly, you can actually cut a couple cords at once, And so, well, depending on what your size is, but yeah. I just love that sound. If you ever played Texas Hold'em or something. Yes. I don't know. Exactly. It's totally the poker chip sound, man. You get it. All right. So we're going to put this stuff over here for now. Move this for a second. Oh, sorry if there's some weird noises. Yeah, I got a ton of these things too, by the way. Like literally probably, 50 or 60 at this point. I had easily hundreds of them. because but I gave them to a friend. He sells different gems and minerals and stuff like that. So I was like, hey dude, you ever seen this bowenite stuff? And he's like, no. Cool, man. Here's a bunch of it. Put a light behind it when you get home. And yeah, I don't know if he ever was able to sell it, but anyway, you can see here. This is where we're going to be bolting it onto. I think what I'm going to do though is push this back just a little bit, get this thing up on here, because this is one thing. I could just slap all this right here and do all that, but can't see it. And then, oh yeah, here, check this out. I suppose I can show you a few things. All right, so can we see that right there? I'm sure we can see it at least a little bit. It's just a control box here. But what the cool part is, you can see here a little bit. See how it goes green to red? Yeah. So that's actually pretty neat, because once you flip it on and you're drilling down, you can actually see because this is your power draw, you can actually see, kind of use this as a gauge of like, oh no, I can go more. And then, yeah, what we got here is, well, let me get this thing off of here, because that's just going to get in the way. So my buddy Jason is a master machinist. I don't know if they have different names or whatever for them. Like, oh, I'm this type of machinist. I don't know, man. The guy's just good at what he does. He works for a gun company or something like that. But anyway, so what happened is I bought the core drill from a dude over in Bend that had the core drill, had the block, the rack and pinion, and the box. And he, in fact, gave me 2 drills, and then he gave me 2 boxes and just one of these. Now, I was like, perfect. Wasn't really thinking about it. It's useless without a stand. You got to have the rig. And so that put me, I was like, oh, geez, what am I going to do there? Started looking on eBay and everything. I'm like, oh, my God, you want how much? That's absurd. So, here, I'm going to, move this back here for a second. Anyway, my buddy Jason comes into the rescue, and we end up going to his shop, and he ends up building this beast for me. Now, the reason why it has to be so beastly is because that drill is a beast. In fact, this thing can go, I want to say I can get up to something like 24 inch or something, like diameter bit. I run 4 inch, 5 inch for big stuff. 24 inch. That's absurd. So anyway, a lot of power. Thing's unstoppable unless you are an idiot. But I'm pretty sure I already got the idiot out. So what I was trying to show you though with this hex key right here is you actually have a lock that we built in. Well, we didn't build it in, but we put it, made it to where we could actually use it. And so you loosen this guy up, and oh, look, now all of a sudden, up and down, up and down, up and down. Ooh, yeah. So, but if you're going to be mounting your drill, you're going to want to be putting it, at the size. Really, I'd be doing it differently. I'd be laying it down, but I'm not going to lay it down and try to get that in frame and then try to capture everything. So we're just going to make it a little harder on ourselves and mount it standing up, which is not a big deal, hopefully. Now, we got this guy. We are going to pull it back here a little bit. I'll show you some of this. Because actually, I think this is probably the important part. You know what? I think I didn't bring those inside. Huh. Here, I'm going to run and grab something real quick. Sorry. I just got to run outside and grab the 2x4s real quick. I actually meant 4x4s. And I also got to run and totally forgot. I got to lock up the chickens because it's dark. Don't want the, what do you call it? Fox getting them. Actually, I think it's a skunk in the area eating those freaking chickens, man. So give me 2 seconds. The cage is just right out front. All right. Hey, sorry about that, everybody. All 5 of you. Appreciate the patience. I'm sure the chickens appreciate your forgiveness or your patience. So yeah, all right. Back to showing you what I was doing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt you down just a little bit. And we'll pull this back. So what I want to do is show you what's going on here. There we go. Cool. So this strap right here wouldn't normally be here. It's just here for transportation purposes. But what we'll do is when we're ready to drill the rock, there's a lot of ways that you can like anchor the rock, essentially. You don't want it to move. And so what I've got, hold on. Oh, all right. Got the ghost. So back to what I was saying. Let me get a rock. This one's already got a hole in it. So, yeah. So what I've been doing lately is because we don't need a lot of pressure downwards, right? It's not like we need to clamp this thing like crazy. Yeah. See, Frank's got to go. Come on, Frank. You're in the way, bro. I love you. But you're a brother-in-law, man. I don't love you so much anymore. You're marrying my sister. Okay, so here's what we do. Can we see it all right? All right. So we first get that over a pocket so it doesn't press a button. We got the rock, right? And what I've been doing is I'll get it to where I sandwich the rock in between the two 4x4s or 2x4s or whatever I'm using for that specific rock. And then I will ratchet strap across here and then another one in back. And so then that way, there's no way that this rock can spin, because that's really what you're trying to prevent. It's the rock from spinning, because it will grab, and so just don't let the rock spin. This has been a pretty effective method. And then also it's nice because if I need to, say I got some kind of funky thing, that's why I was saying the 2x4 is 2, is now I can use it as almost like a leveling method, right? And so say you have some funky shaped rock. Well, now not only do I only have to hold it right here, but if I wanted to, I could say put it up onto something, and then I can shimmy this, and then I can strap that, you know what I mean? And so there's a lot of different ways. Of course, this isn't working the best because, webcam. But yeah, you can see that it's like if you just kind of lift it or whatever, you can get it to where you can then tighten it down. I wouldn't have 4x4s on a lift like that. But, if you have like 2x4s or whatever, and then you have it, pinched like that so it can't spin, basically whatever you need to do. And then that will allow you to get a lot bigger, bigger rocks, essentially. And probably allow you to do not just bigger stuff, just a more diverse, a wider range of stuff. So, now that we got that set up, I want to actually get this figured out. I don't think we need to have it angled like that anymore. There we go. That looks okay. What I want to try to do is get that thing. Got to try to get that copper washer off. And I'm not really thinking it's going to be too hard. Hopefully. We all love Frank. You got to make first gem with Frank. Exactly. Frank's the bees, man. I tell you. I love it, but I think that I got to specialize here. And I think that if I can give old Frank here to a family member, then, that's the best. Friend would be second best, but family's always first. If my brother lived closer, I'd be able to just give it to him because, of course, he would be first in line. But since my brother lives all the way on the East Coast, kind of have to choose my sister on this one, dude. Sucks. But maybe my brother will get it in the end or something. Hell, who knows? My sister might not even want it after, you wait a little bit. She's like, yeah, I decided I don't want to do that anymore. Who knows? I don't really care. I'm just trying to promote fun time, a fun, healthy, explorational hobby. All right, are you going to come on off? Or you can make this hard, bro. Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to have to give that a little what for? Yeah. That would be really cool. No, that's way too much. It costs more to create it. I'm going to have to create some kind of like, bigger manifold system. Geez, that would be cool, huh? All right, let's get this out of the way. All right. Make sure that doesn't get smashed in. Yeah, I got like a pile of rocks right here, by the way. That's not going to make it easy. But, I should have just used one of these guys. Because that's the other. Oh, man, no, that's way too heavy. Anyway, you can also, if you cut a flat face on the rock. Come on, bro. What are you doing? If you get a nice flat face on it. Oh, yeah, look at that shine from there. Anyway, you can glue that onto a board and then just clamp your board onto the base of the core drill as well. And that, it'll do all right. But don't leave it on the board a long time, months and months and months, because eventually the glue will fail and, yeah, you'll be back to the same point. So, what was I getting at over here? See the smashy bit. I'll do pig. Let's see here. Oh yeah, right next to the microphone. Brilliant. Yeah. Are you gonna get that machine tomorrow? Perfect timing for the weather. I hear the East Coast is nice this time of year. Oh yeah, look at that. It's gonna come off. I just gotta get that a little softer, and it will be all right. Man, I really did pinch that sucker on though. That's not good. I might have to just get another one. Get a piece of like crappy gauge wire or something. Oh yeah. I love the East Coast. Just depends where you're at there, you know. Because I heard there's supposed to be a major storm coming, actually. That part, yeah, not exactly my favorite. From what I understand, they're not even getting major snow over in New England anymore. The winters are getting way more mild. It kind of sucks. When I lived out there, it was awesome. You get those nor'easters where you wake up in the morning, little kid, waking up in the morning, feet of snow on the ground. Oh, I'm not going to school today. Yeah, it's good to play video games with your brothers all day. Hang out. Action figure towers and stuff. Oh, yeah, I loved it, man. Oh, and then me and my brother, I've got two brothers and a sister. And me and my brother that are buying the mine, we used to, of course, beat up on our youngest brother. And not really sure how that worked out in the end for us. But, anyway, I remember this one time where we were going down, because there was this place that we used to sled all the time, right? Real close to the house. All the kids in the neighborhood, they would all sled the same hill. But it was pretty steep. And what we were doing is, like, of course, I'm like preteen. And so we're building, jumps. I mean, building jumps on bikes, building jumps for sleds, building jumps for everything, right? And one thing leads to another. And me and one of my brothers end up sending our youngest brother down the hill on a sled towards a jump at like Mach speeds. And I just remember it's the stereotypical where it does like the rag doll, but like because he's all bundled up in the snowsuit, it's like just it looks like a rag doll, flips over backwards and stuff, and just right on there. Oh man, I remember it so vividly in my mind. And it's like, oh my God, we're gonna get in so much trouble. And so we're not running down the hill to see if he's okay. We're running down, because it's our brother and we care. No, we're running down the hill to make sure he's okay, so we're not getting in trouble. I mean, it was different times. But, it was, fond memories. I'll tell you that. Man, so now I got this thing like most of the way, and I feel like I need double prying capabilities. Let's see. Is this? Oh yeah, this should work. Let's see if we can get both of these guys working. And well, maybe Like that. I don't know. This is why I'm not a mechanic, huh? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Pretty sure that just moved a whole lot. Suppose I need to use the right ends of these things. Come on. It. Oh yeah, high focus. Definitely. Oh yeah, come on, B. Oh, you're just so close. Why you gotta? Come on. Ah, victory! Yay! Oh yeah, look at that, dude. Oh man. Yep. I don't know. Maybe I will have to get another one. That thing looks pretty pinched, dude. Check it out. If I can. Let's see if I can figure this one out. All right, so here's the side I saw. All right, you can see it's warped or whatever, but you know, for the most part, it's still pretty smooth. You go on this side and look at that indent right there. I mean, it's like sharp too. And that's not good. This probably had a little reason. I mean, I don't know. Once again, I don't use these things constantly, so I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be. But I'm sure I can get another piece of copper for probably pretty cheap. So not really too worried about if I need to get another one. Thinking that I want to get wire brush. That's what I'm thinking. It's a me, Mario. Yeah. Oh man, South Carolina. There's a lot of gemstones there. Tons of gemstones over there. I don't know much about the Pennsylvania. Is there a lot over in that area too? I know that New England's got a ton of stuff over there with all that granite. All right, so that's the other thing I was going to say. I probably can get rid of this thing because I need to get my coat rack back out here. See if I can get that going. It's not very warm. It's only about 50 degrees in here. I thought it would be a little bit cooler. But it's also just getting dark, so I don't have a heater in here. And it's not insulated. So I'm just, playing it safe. It's not like Canada up there where NW Rock Explorer is, man. I tell you what. Ooh-wee. I think he's over on the coast, though, so maybe it doesn't get as cold. And that's, as cold in Canadian terms. I'm pretty sure their cold is on a different scale. But yeah. Let's see. Okay, so we got that. Let's see if we got a scrubby brush in here. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. Old trusty. Probably don't want my drink around that. Did Epoch get all the deer meat figured out? That's a big pork.
It's 2 pork
Oh. Hmm. Ah, man, yeah. So, have you gotten? Are you working with the tile saw up there, or do you have what do you call it? A feed saw. Gold country and fossil limestone and close to, yeah. Southeast part of Pennsylvania gets a little jimmy. So yeah, I've definitely heard that coal is, definitely a lot of coal down there. But yeah, I haven't heard much for the gemstones. Every once in a while, I'll see, something like on, Facebook group or something like that. But yeah, should look into that more. See what I can find. Calcites those can be pretty awesome. Yeah, that's kind of gnarly in there. I wonder what's up with that. Looks like I got some. Might need my trusty wire knife. See what's in these threads. Oh yeah, you know what I bet that is? I bet you it's the dielectric grease from the person who had it on before, and I just was the moron who didn't have it. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well, it's all right though. Gotta win somehow. Oh no, I'm not hammering. I suppose I could put this back up. Yeah, so I'm looking for a feed saw, but they're hard to find where I'm at. Love to get one of those Highland Park saws though. Yeah, I tell you what, man. It trips me out with how expensive lapidary tools are, considering what they are. You know what I mean? Everything's pretty simple mechanics. But I think that, like currently Rockhounding, he's really pushing some, he's pushing for the home team. You know what I mean? I think that there's a lot of guys, because there's only so many of us who are making like content, and some of us don't even care to get into, machine this or that, and this is what I use. No, they're just like, I just want to polish some rocks. I just want to find some stuff. I don't care, But I think that Jared's totally the guy he's the guy who's going to tell you how to do a home build. He's the guy who's going to tell you how to fix something. He's the guy who's going to, unfortunately, seems like for the most part, fully against whatever the normal company stuff is, which that's fine, dude. Do your thing, man. But I think that, there's a lot of us who just are not going to be mechanically inclined, and they're going to be like, I just need a Highland Park. I need a Kingsley North or whatever the next company is down the list, But yeah, I think that there's plenty of us that are, mechanically inclined enough to where, man, he's helping out tons of people, which, by the way, if you haven't gone to his website yet, definitely go check it out. It also has copper rings to prevent cold welding from pressure and friction. I'll facilitate with removal of drill bits. Yeah, exactly. Removal of drill bits. Yeah. For sure, like fastener machines, it's just a spinning wheel. Exactly. Spinning wheel on a disc, dude. When you get to the point where some of these things are costing as much as a vehicle, come on, dude. At what point are we like, a little ridiculous? I mean, especially if you look at some of these, like Frank's a great example. You could build a Frank, no problem. You can get all those parts very, very cheap. In fact, the Poly D14 Arbor, I guess, is like a staple. You can get it just expanded axle, because that axle's pretty short. That's why it's more of like a bull wheel than anything, right? Small bull wheel. But if I extended that axle out, I could easily put, four wheels on there, like the, what do you call those things? The Nova wheels, or, whatever the diamond wheels are, because I can also change the belt speed on that thing and speed it up. Right now, because I'm running all the, sandpaper belts, silicon carbides. Yeah, I'm just like, I run it on the slowest speed. And most of what I'm polishing anyway is just bowenite. I don't really like the agate jasper. It takes too long because I'm not running diamond. And I'm running at a slow speed. And that bowenite, it's perfect. Plus, I don't know. It's also like a blend of like how long I can do something before I get bored, you know? And so like that bow and I can run through a whole stage of it, no sweat, to where I'm like, oh, look at that. That's nice and polished. Okay. Next stage. Ooh, yeah, look at that. You know, where you're doing something super hard, eventually it just gets boring because you're like, man, I've been working on the same spot for a week, you know, or what seems like a long time. And so it's like, I don't know. That's why I think the sphere thing is going to be great too, because at that point, it's like I can do all my pre's, you know, my pre cuts. So I can go out in one day and just drill a bunch of rocks because in all reality, it doesn't take that long. And it's not like I have to have all this kind of like, you know, oil and everything like that. No, I can have my place set up. I can spray it off, you know, once I'm done. Everything looks good. Put the machine away. Everything's good. And then from there, it's like, yeah, then I can spend a day making the preforms out of the cores, you know, to where it's not a big deal. I don't get bored. And then I have a huge inventory for whenever I'm just like, oh, yeah, you know what? I'm bored. I just want to go and hang out, make a ball, you know, because right now I want to have it to where these Saturday night things, not only they're getting progressively better, but they're going to be like, we're actually just going to have some shop time, just hanging out. Maybe it's not always going to be shop time, you know, but like anytime it's like, okay, check it out. Remember that one that I wanted to do this one. Now check it out. I got it all set up. We're going to drill that tonight. Woo woo. Or, you know, we're going to make a ball. I think that will be fun because there's a lot of people who, you know, they don't have the space or the budget or any of this stuff to do any of this stuff. And so, you know, it's preventative. And so what are they doing? They're hanging out and they're being a part of it. And I don't know, give them a ball or something maybe. Who knows? Because, I mean, once I get this going, I should be able to make them pretty quickly. Yeah. And this thing is just filthy, yo. Which not feeling great about breathing it. I'm not a pro, so I just use depot tools. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's where I think those granite polishing pads are like the home gamers, you know, like bread and butter. I mean, you can't beat those things. I feel like, you know, I bet you actually just by cleaning these threads out, this is going to be a whole lot easier to get off next time. In general, I think that was probably half of the problem. Is that, you know, it got some gnarly bits in there and it wasn't clean and everything just kind of gets, you know, gnarly. And what happened is then when we heated it up, it probably baked all that crap, which allowed it to break free. Because, I mean, we definitely worked on it before, that's for sure. So I'm not too stoked about breathing this dust, but I'm not really making a whole lot of it. So trying to at least be conscious of that. That's why I think this knife's also the superior tool for this job right now. Yeah, I'm trying to also, you know, make sure I'm reading comments and stuff too. So we're learning here. This is going to be good. What I do want to find out though is, you know, if we got any problems, you know, like if lighting and stuff like that. So last time, instantly, I couldn't show you guys anything. I noticed that sound was kind of wonky. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's a little better right now, but I couldn't figure out the microphone thing yet with the mobiles or the lapel mics. I mean, but yeah, really, I want to know like if there's anything that we can improve. Let's figure it out. Right? Tell me now so then I can do it and look dumb for less for less long. Right? But yeah, I think I'm looking. Oh, maybe more. Oh, that's looking pretty good. Oh, maybe a little scrape right there. Other than that, think we're pretty much ready to get some goo on here. Oh man, that's pretty hardcore there, bro. I think Apocalypse was using a nail file to some great success not too long ago. Because I read about it on something or rather, Facebook or post or something, where it's like, yeah, those the nail files for girlies, yeah, those are actually, you can get those in up to like pretty high grit, 1500, I think is what it was. And a lot of those diamond polishing pads are only going up to 1000 grit. And so it's like, if you're just doing a little something small, right? Or maybe you need to get into like some funky angle, dude, those little nail sharpener things ain't bad. And so I suggested it to him, and yeah, no joke. He's like, "Oh man, I spent like an hour and a half scrubbing scrubbing a rock on a plane, against the little emery board." I'm like, "Oh, that's hilarious, man. Pretty funny." Oh yeah. Oh, I almost got it. I think that's about it. Looking good. I can actually see the depths of the threads now. That's going to make it a lot better. And I mean, what's kind of lame too is, going back to those drill bits that I bought. I thought I bought the cheap, crappy ones at $100 a whack, So I'm kind of wondering if I'm going to have to do like some kind of core drill bit review. The top 5 mistakes to to avoid when buying core drill bits. God, I hope if I ever do that, I sold out. Instantly, I sold out, and you should immediately call me out on it. Because, yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but this channel ain't really about making money. More just about hanging out, I mean, don't get me wrong, make a little bit of money, that's cool, but it's not my modus operandi. And you know what? I think all this stuff's going to get a lot more popular too here soon with all this AI nonsense that's going on. Because, people, it's making it to where you can't, you won't be able to trust. And that's why I'm trying to figure out this live stream stuff, in fact, in a lot of ways, is because I think with all this AI stuff, people are going to start doing fake rock hounding videos already, bro. So what's going to stop them of making fake, straight up AI rock hounding? This person doesn't exist. That place that they went to didn't exist. None of those things are real. No. No. I want to be real. And in fact, I'm going to try to be as real as possible. And it's probably boring, to some extent. But hey, check it out. Like, we got 7 people, I think, right now watching. Cool. Hanging out. It's not about making a bunch of money and being cool and everything like that. But I'm real. I'm right here doing this. Oh, I know at least 2 of you could probably call me, By the way, if you notice something, give me a jingle, let me know, or shoot me a text. But yeah, anyway. So I think we got this going. This is all good. And so I want to be able to, I don't know, man. I'm wondering if I should flatten this out a little bit. Exactly. And that's okay. So here's the thing. It will get millions of views, right? And whoever the creator is, they're going to make tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Yep. I know. And you know what? That's just what it is, man. So I think that's why it's also like right now I'm trying to, if I can learn this stuff, I know that there's always going to be an audience out there for people who are like, nah, dude, this is just a dude, Exactly. It's about connections, And yeah, and that's the other thing. You're never going to see me reading a script. In fact, I've talked to people about this, before, like, hey, I'm not an actor. I'm not a video, editor. All the editing you see, I just learned how to do it with the program that I picked. It was like, well, this one's cheap. Okay, cool. And I started trying to learn. I didn't know how to do any of this. I've never made videos before. I've never live streamed really before. Just trying to learn, because I figured one of us has got to, right? And I think in general, that's going to be more important later on. I think that right now we're just at the beginning of all this AI stuff, and it's only going to get better, which means it's actually going to get worse for a lot of us. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, it will be amazing, right? And it's going to be these, AI channels left and right. Who knows? How many of them, if not everybody, just converts over. Because, as soon as you get that dollar going, people, they don't care anymore. I'm wondering if actually it might just be better to clunk, clunk, clunk. Oh, yeah, I should probably just step over there. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if I can. No, I don't even think I can do that. Well, maybe. No. I'm not going to mess around. Oh, yeah. No, the fake videos are they're rampant. And, I've seen like some pretty gnarly stuff to where it's like, I think currently Rockhound pointed it out to me. He's like, dude, these fake channels, they're straight up like pulling faceted gemstones out of the dirt. And it's like, people think, wait, what? Millions of views, millions. And it's like, oh my God, what are we doing here? What are we doing, guys? I think that we need to I don't know. I think that there needs to be a split and people just need to be like, no, AI channels and stuff like that, not monetizable. You got to be human. Hey, who knows though? Maybe corporations will split their budgets, their marketing budgets, to where it's like, oh, we're okay with purchasing ad space on AI content because we know it's getting millions of views. We don't care. But we're not going to pay the same for that. We maybe pay less, we maybe pay more. Who knows? As long as they're keeping it to where, us normies, we still have a little something, because man, some of this gear is expensive. It sucks. I was looking at cameras the other day because I want to, make things better for you guys and make it to where I can move the camera around and actually get close-ups and show you and stuff. But they want like $2,500 for a decent setup because it's the camera. Oh yeah, the camera's only going to cost you like $800, right? But then any kind of lens that you need is like another $800 or something stupid. You're just like, what? In fact, I was looking at Best Buy or something, looking at some cameras, and I'm like, these don't seem like very bad prices, actually. Then I noticed a little picture. It's all for the lenses. And then you look up, and oh, there's the body prices. Yeah, no thank you. And so webcam it is, Fortunately, it's actually doing not that bad. Not that bad, dude. Like, I want to see something. Okay, can I see? Oh, I can totally read that. Okay, cool. Perfect. This is actually working out a lot better than I expected, which means I might get another one of these because I would like to actually switch it, and because I've got this, it's called like a Stream Deck. So I can switch, by pressing buttons, and I can, I've had it for a while now, actually. But yeah, I can do camera 1, camera 2. We're going on a break, and a little, what do you call it? Little thing will pop up, and it'll be like, we'll be right back, all that. But yeah, I just never used it. So if I get another camera, I could maybe set that one up, directly over the, the table, or have it like where I've got stations or something like that. Because I'll tell you what, wintertime in real estate is kind of slow, and interest rates, yeah, they're going to go down in December or something like that, but not a lot. So I'm expecting this to be kind of a slow winter. And so I want to start doing this a lot because I know there's going to be a bunch of people who ain't got nothing going on, you know? And so it's like, oh, you ain't got nothing going on? Well, let's hang out, dude. We don't have to spend any gas money. We don't have to do nothing. Let's just hang out online, you know? We have plenty of audience to go around for the real ones. My worries, potential attention spans. Yeah. But here's the thing. Go back. If you got the brain rot from scroll, go read some books. It will instantly bring your attention span back. So, I mean, not instantly, of course, but you can rebound from that. I think it's just like any drug, you know? And so I think that people will, you know, they'll be able to gain attention span back, you know? I think that, but once again, we're talking about the people, you know, it's gonna basically be this or that, you know. That's the way I'm really seeing it. And so I'm hoping that, yeah, we're gonna get good audiences. And really, I think the streaming thing and the podcast thing is showing the division between you have your short form audience and your long form audience. And I think that's been the best argument that I've heard so far about the direction we're kind of heading. And that's where I want to really, I like the long form videos anyway. I tend to make those more, or at least enjoy making those more, because it's like, I don't want you guys to just see a little 10-minute video. It's boring, you know what I mean? Because it's like right as it starts ramping up and it's like, oh yeah, dude, you know, check all this stuff out. We're actually getting into some good stuff. It's like, oh, that's the end of the video. And that stuff's all on purpose. It's designed because then it's about your click-through rate and everything like that. I don't want to play these games. I don't ask you to like and subscribe and all that stuff anymore. Like, I quit doing that after about probably, I don't know, my first year of videos, you know, or something. And yeah, don't get me wrong. I know that that's what they want, but also at the same time, you guys know how to use YouTube. I don't need to tell you to like and subscribe if you want to help support me. They know, everybody knows how to do YouTube. I mean, and the people who don't, I mean, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? And so this is where it's like, I don't even care. I don't even care. If people like it, then they can do it. I do think, though, that there's going to be the natural audience that's going to change, you know, or that's going to have that divergence from, you know, AI content, not AI content, and then long form, short form. So it's this continuous, what do they call it? Ramification, bifurcation, you know, that kind of continuous fractaling type thing. In fact, what is it in the marketing? There's a book. It's called 21 Immutable Laws of Marketing, and in there they have the law of division. And so what it is, well, I'm not going to get into that. This is a rockhounding thing. I don't want to talk about marketing. In fact, I already talk about YouTube too much. So let's get back to this whole thing. I'm thinking that I'm going to put some grease on this guy, and then we'll put this bit on. But I think what I'm going to be doing is putting a 4-inch bit on here. I think 4 inches away. Always on my phone cam. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the ticket tip. Looks very crisp. With the Stream Deck, you need elevated music when you. Oh yeah, for you know, do, just like that. You know, I can put sound effects, because there are some sound effects I do want to have, because I am kind of a nerd in a lot of ways. And so, yes, I want to have sound effects board. I want to have camera 1, camera 2. Definitely want to have, we'll be right back after these messages. Whatever it is. It's just, you know, it's fun, ridiculous. But yeah, if I have to run out and, like, you know, put the chickens away, then I can put a silly little thing on. But yeah, I think that it'll be good. Just got to figure it out, you know? So I'm thinking I can put these guys away, because I think that if I drill or put the bit on, it will naturally push this up. So I don't need to fight it on. No reason to do all that noise. And if I do, I'll figure it out later. For now, we're just going to, because I think what's going to happen is we're going to use the 4-inch primarily. Because the roughing cups are supposed to be here Tuesday. And then that's really the main thing. Once I have the roughing cups, then I can go through and, you know, because I can already essentially make a preform. So once I make the preform, then it's like, bam, first stage roughing. And that's the only thing that I've been kind of worried about because, I've got tons of these, homemade cups and stuff that I can cobble together and figure out something that's going to work. I've got cast parts down here. I've got iron, whatever, steel parts. I've got massive stuff. It's just about finding what's going to work. Hopefully I'll be able to order another set of cups here. Probably, I don't know. I want to see how like the next probably month goes, but I'm hoping that I can get another set of cups here in the next like month. But the problem is I just bought 3. And I don't mean 3 cups. I mean 3 sets. And that wasn't cheap. It's like, the other 2 sets, because I only bought, so in total, I bought 3 different sets of 60-90 grit, I think is what it is. And so it's just the first stage of whatever that. But that's going to be, I think the smallest is 2 1/4, which allows me to do a 2.5 inch to 3.5 inch or something like that. Then I bought the next size up. Then I bought the next size up, which my range right here should be at about 2 inch or 2.5 inch, something around there, to 4.5 inch. So I should have a pretty good range. I just got to figure it out. And if I can just get one full set of cups, no matter how it's cobbled together, I don't care. And then I can just start cranking stuff out. Because from what I understand, once you actually get it into the machine, it doesn't take that long. What do we got here? Watched channel the other day. Really? So, like, are you using your cell phone camera for all your recording for your channel stuff? Because I had somebody that wanted to give me one of those 360 cameras, just a friend, and she's like, I don't know, if you like it, you can keep it, but you might mess around with your camera, or you might mess around with this camera and see if you like it. So I thought about getting one of those, but I use my phone for everything, and I've had already enough issues with that thing, But I'm interested. Maybe I'll have to check that out. And then Romania, Rockhound, you're using your cell phone for everything. Yeah. See, and that's the ticket. What editing software are you using? Or are you mostly doing like short form content? Maybe like editing on your phone? Gotta take a off break. Off screen. I'm definitely still here. We'll put a hand out. Yeah, so this is what I'll do when I'm not on screen. So you can think that I'm still here, but you'll know that I'm actually just doing what I shouldn't be doing. Here. Oh God, if I could actually figure this out, this would be ridiculous. CapCut on the laptop? Yeah, actually I haven't used CapCut. What I actually use is I kind of recommend it, but I also don't recommend it because it's kind of a pile of crap. But the program's called Camtasia. The big thing is you just don't pay for the asset package. Yeah, Camtasia is super like user friendly, very, very good for like beginners, right? But there is like it can't even do reverse. It's stupid, terrible, and it's not optimized. So like I told you on the last one, I don't know if you're here, but on the last stream I explained how I've been having problems for like the last essentially year and a half, 2 years. And what it was the recording codec of my phone. So it's a HEVC, And apparently Camtasia is all but incompatible with that. And so I'm pretty sure that's what killed my last computer. And I'm pretty sure that's why I was having so many issues with this computer. And now that I switched from the HEVC back to the whatever the normal is, it's like boom, 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 boom. And so I'm able to edit again. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, see, this is what I paid $3,500 for. But yeah, it's not optimized. It's not a good system. But I think that if you're just trying to learn the fundamentals of editing type stuff, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. I mean, it's not like I know what I'm doing with editing, but I'll tell you what, I've looked at DaVinci Resolve and all that stuff, and I just was like, I don't know. I'll just use this. And like one of my professors was using it for his lectures, and I was like, oh, dude, if you can use this, I can totally use this. Electronics and make close views. Yeah. So I've got one of those microscopes, but I need to like actually bring it back out to the shop. I think that once I have, the Sunstone operation going, it's going to be a really useful tool, super useful tool. Where did it? Oh, there's the goo. Less options. Okay, yeah. I mean, my big thing is I don't like to pay subscriptions for anything. I hate subscriptions. Never been into it. I hate car payments. I hate subscriptions. I don't like having to just continuously over and over and over and over again pay. It's dumb. What is up with this? Do I need to probably need to peanut butter massage this stuff. Oh, okay, yeah. Crystal collector. I'm not surprised by that. Seems like that guy's doing a lot of stuff. Definitely wouldn't mind trying it out, but I'll have to check that out. Yeah. The only problem is it's like, I don't know. If he just did it, dude, I don't want to rush out and do it because then it'll be like, oh yeah, copycat or whatever, because I definitely think that everybody's got an opinion. That's for sure. All right, so what does this crap look like? Okay, so it looks like there's white and clear stuff. Great. Hopefully this is the bee's knees. Yeah, gross. Kind of funky. I mean, man, I tell you what. I would have made this another color. Oh. Yeah, and I was actually gonna go rockhounding today, but had to take the shop or put the truck back in the shop. So started burning oil. I don't know why, but lucky one of my clients caught it. I had some clients I was doing a tour with, taking them to a bunch of houses out there in Josephine County. And so we were driving up one of the hills there, and it gets out and he's like, hey dude, your truck burning oil? I'm like, I don't think so, man. Like, we just had that thing in the shop. He's like, well, I don't know, man. Might want to check that out. So yep. Sure enough, burning oil. And it's like, bro, why? So here's the even worse part. I checked the oil and it was like bottom of the thing, bottom of the stick. It was barely on the stick. So if that thing would have gone much further, who knows what kind of damage could have been done. Luckily, a client was looking out for me. Yeah, no subscriptions. I was on a gun super chat. Yeah, then I realized the tubes take a huge cut, and yeah. Yeah. By the way, if you guys ever want to support, just do the PayPal thing. That's why I chose the PayPal thing instead of like the, what do you call it, the Patreon and all that other garbage. No, man, I ain't asking you guys for anything. And super chats, yeah, that I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate any kind of contributions. Just gonna go into the tank. And you know what I'm trying to do? Buy cups with it, more than likely. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, I'm not. You don't have to worry. You don't have to mess with the YouTubes, man. You guys got the PayPal Direct or whatever right on my thing. Dude, it's Spider Corpse. I think that's good. So yeah, just PayPal. PayPal's the way. What was it saying? 4-inch, right? That's what I was thinking. Pretty sure this is a 4-inch. Pretty sure because it's the burnt one. Let's see. 4-inch, baby. Yeah. There's the big boy. Look at that. Well, yeah, there you go. Oh, like that. Yeah. See, a lot easier if I position myself. So you can see, took some burning to get that off, but we got it. And now, hopefully, we're gonna be able to put this guy on here because I actually think it's going to be easier to have a bit on here when we're trying to attach it to the machine. Why do I think that? Don't know. Just do. Oh yeah, that's gooey right there. I might have put too much, but oh man. Let's see. Yep, it's gonna do that. You get it. Oh yeah, perfect. Action your phone. It's just the only version. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it makes it a lot easier when you're using your phone. And I do think that there is some wonky, stuff that can be done to the video via phone. But I think that for the most part, the people who are recording with a phone, they ain't going to be doing that kind of stuff, especially us. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't trying to doctor footage. I ain't trying to pull a faceted gemstone out of some crappy mortar, that I set up 2 weeks ago. It's like, dude, some of these guys, they just kill me. Hey, man, like, do whatever you're going to do, man. That's cool, man. I get it. Should probably have something on there to make sure that's not just spinning. Oh, it'd probably work. Having it on the actual drill. And then, yeah. All right. So we're going to have to put this thing up on there. Doesn't actually need to be any more. This thing needs to be fixed too. But the problem is every time I fix it, it just breaks again because it's not what's actually supposed to be there. So whatever. I just keep throwing more rubber washers in there. Works good enough. And so long as it doesn't tear up the hose of the machine, not really a big deal. All right, so that's right. We have to slip that on there, don't we? Thinking maybe we go like this. Maybe we go like this. Yeah, look at that. And we'll take this beast. Come on. There it is. We'll just lower this down to here, eh? We'll jimmy that boy right up on there. Call it good. Sweet. All right. Well, let's see what we can do here now. Oh, yeah. Come on. Let's make this visible so you guys can watch me struggle. Put a heavy drill onto its stand. All right. So we get a little angle here. Make that funner to watch. Yeah, so, oh, you know what? Just because I'm that thoughtful, let's see if we can get this off so it's not in your way. There we go. That will really allow you to see the struggle right here. If I had a better light, yeah, probably be able to really zoom in on that one. But I'm thinking, because if I remember correctly, there's like a funky angle or something that I put it in. Or was this supposed to go on this side? I don't remember, man. You know what I do remember, though? Using the bolts. These are right size. Yes, they are. So, yeah, I'm wondering. See, here's her deer. Yeah, see that? I can use these to help me stand that thing up. So, put these on there earlier, trying to keep them from getting lost. Just so I could take them off and put them back on. Yesterday I used Teflon tape on the threads. Don't know if that would work for this machine though. Did you guys use a core drill? All right, so I think I can peg that right up like that. We'll put this onto the. Oh, look at that! It slipped on. Of course, it slipped right on that thing. Why didn't it before? High pressure spiral pump. Oh yeah. How's your back feeling, by the way? Take any Advil for that? We're just going to tough out that inflammation. Just tough it out, man. All right. Here we go. We got one on. Oh, yeah. Come on. Don't try to go nowhere. Nope. You're not going nowhere. There it is. Accomplished. Now, I'm going to do high pressure spiral pump. Yep. Did it put it on? What is it? Oh, there you go. So you might need to. By the way, I might have to go through the settings in this thing. Because I don't know if there's any kind of live stream settings that I should be paying attention to. My buddy Nate, he might be back from San Francisco, but he had to go and drive to San Francisco today. He's been busy lately. So, might be a little bit before we can get him helping us on the channel, live stream stuff. Yeah, now. All right, look at that. That is looking great. Now, one of the things I wanted to explain why I'm doing this is see how I can there's slips on this, but thread on that. And then even more safety here. We put the nuts on those to make sure nothing's going anywhere. Now, you're like, yeah, that's crazy, man. That's a lot. Yeah. Oh yeah, Nate, good. Nate's real good. So you get like, we got these threaded on there, right? We'll put these nuts on here real quick. Which, I mean, yeah, this sucker ain't going nowhere, right? Well, did you see that other drill? That's what happens when you don't secure your rock down properly. And now that I actually have a little bit of, I can show you a little bit of definition, because that camera's actually better than I thought. I'll show you what that actually looks like. Of course, had to drop one. Okay. Oh, that's right. Need to make sure on that. That's funny. Oh yeah, you're talking about the Nate, as in the quest for details. Yeah, that's it. I know you're talking about. Oh yeah, I've actually I've talked with that guy a few times. Nice dude. He actually finds a lot of the bonite too down there in Northern California. And I really want to get on that and see what's up, because although Applegate Lake is in Oregon and it's right on that California border, I'd be curious where he's finding. So then maybe we could see what's up and draw a line. 2 dots on a graph, and you can make a line. Sometimes you find the stuff in different areas can give you information on stuff in your area, or better ways to find it. You know what I mean? Or it could just be a whole different type of material, because that's one of the things that you'll notice with that stuff, like up on my shelf. I know you can't see it very well, but a lot of the bonite that I get, it's got a lot of variety, a lot of characteristics in it. So not only do you have like the chromite inclusions, or magnesium, or magnesiochromite, or whatever your inclusion is on that one, but you can have lines of it. You can have like the spider webbing effect. You can have like kind of lightning bolts. You can have the little like speckles. It's wicked. It's cool. I really like it. And then when you get that, there's a whole variety on the colorage as well. But the stuff I really like is, of course, the deepest, darkest green, which it just looks like a black stone until you get some light behind it, and you're like, oh my god, that looks emerald green, like straight up emerald. On some of it, it's. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like it's a super rare gemstone or something like that. No, it's just cool stuff. It's not like agates are rare, but they're cool, aren't they? So lake core drill on. Did I get that one all right? I'll just double check, because safety third. Yep. Now, Rooney and bueno. Aha. So now, as you can see, this is the core drill rig. Oh yeah. You hear that? Yeah, that's when you know. So, this guy right here, we do a little pluggy flu in here, because it does have one of them, 20 amp plugs. So we just plug this here in the bottom, and then what we'll do is, you see this guy right here, it comes out, a little pigtail down at the bottom. Yeah, there you can see it. This little pigtail right down here is where we'll actually plug the incoming power. So while we got the drill on there, we're going to pump this back up, because, to be honest, this bar right here that you can't see, at this height, it is very dangerous. So we're going to lift this up just a bit to save our future self from potentially a whole lot of agony. Oh, maybe just a wee more so it's not so squeaky. Come on, left hand. Lefty, dude. Left hand is sometimes just, So look at that. Look at that. Now, doesn't that look like a pretty sweet there core drill? Dang old dang. Tell you what. Now, we're actually going to put it to a reasonable height. Oh, come on. I really didn't tighten it that much, did I? Bruh. Left hand, you're not doing it today. Okay, I'm going to actually get that probably about... Yay, because I'm going to be doing some core drilling here soon. Pulled out some of the old stock bowenite. And now that I got the core drill back up and running, I'm going to be doing that, Sphere Cups Tuesday. I want to be able to get something going on that. Yeah. There we go. Now, got the core drill back up and running. And when I'm ready to actually do it, oh, look at that. What I can do, now I can take a normal wrench, and I'm not actually going to do it right now because I want to take this off and potentially put a little extra lube on there or that dielectric grease. Because I really do not want to get this stuck on there again, even though I watched Homeboy do exactly what we did to get it off. I really don't want to have to fight it again, nor do I want to have to go down to the dude down at Lad and be like, bro, oh, I'm stupid, I don't know. And it's going to be like, you need to go to the gym and start working out. Because that's literally the only difference between us right now. So, now that I got that, I think we can put, what we need to do? We need to get a name for this one. Because Frank right here, there's a lot of reasons why we have it. It's named Frank. But this one, old core drill rig stand needs this setup needs a name. Yeah, so I wanted to see there. Apocalypse, yep, higher pressure current, yep, Nate, yep, okay. As long as I'm still current on that. All right, let's move this one out of the way. This guy. Thinking I might, yeah. Achievement achieved. Woo! That's a good feeling right there. Man, I cannot believe these drill bits here. That's still like, what's the point? Did you try to sell me your defects? Is that literally what you were doing, bro? Because I get it. Bro, try to sell the defects. But there's no diamonds in it. And you still charge me $90. So, not happy with that. Where did I put my tools? I suppose, we could go through these cups and see what the hell we got here. It's all a bunch of baby stuff. Oh, well, maybe not. Metal? No, plastic. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think what we're going to end up doing is we're just going to have to buy the cups. Because at least that way we have a baseline. We know what we're talking, what we know the differences. Because ultimately, if you use the manufactured stuff, you're going to understand, what the hell's going on. Or what at least the results should be and everything like that. What the process should be, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah. So these are the water buckets. This out of here. Don't need these anymore. Right one. Oh, yes. Should Here's the normal spot. Sweet. Oh, come on, bro. That's right. It's this one. I hate this one. Ah, gotcha, stupid thing. Oh, man, I tell you. That is the one that needs to be replaced. Actually, it's a tool case I've had for probably 20 years now. So the fact that I even still have it is pretty awesome. Especially since it was a gift. I tend to try to keep my gifts. Yeah. All right, so we got that all set up. Oh, what else? I wanted to check through that. What I really wanted to do was get that. So I'm wondering if the next step should probably be to roll through these cups and see what's going to be what we can use, because right now a lot of this is going to be too small. It's just flat out going to be too small. So but that means we're busting out the big boy stuff. No. This cord isn't breaking, but it's smaller. It might make a piece of display large orbs. Yeah, exactly. And you're not wrong there. I don't think the first piece will break, and because I mean it's strong. And unless you you didn't catch a fracture on it, and yeah, it twisted, and yeah, it could break. But for the most part, you should be able to catch it, because especially when it's dry, you can see. You'll be able to see. I mean, there ain't nothing. That's why this one I kept as good, is because there were no cracks. Because once I inspected and found that all these little lines aren't actually cracks, they're actually chrysotile features, I'm like, bang, that's actually a bomb one. So, and it was the only one out of like 4 or 5 that I drilled on that one. So I was like, oh yeah, that's a ticket. But let's see, where are we at? 6'9". Oh, look at that, dude. Thanks, guys. 6'9". People hanging out. All right, so I think with the cups, we're probably going to have to bust out the big boys. And the big boys are heavy. The big boys are really heavy. So what I'm wondering, because these are 2.5s, maybe I should move this over there. Maybe I should. Because I think that this is what we're going to actually... Here, let me just bring this big boy over here. We can just have ourselves a look. Oh gosh. What did I just push forward? This doesn't belong there. This doesn't belong there. None of this belongs here. Well, that one actually all right. So. Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna just. Oh, this has to come off anyway. Jeez, what am I thinking? Does it fit? Oh, it does fit. Sweet. Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Cool. Alright, we're going to throw this in the recycle bin and get the big box. Oh, it's time for the big box. Everybody's favorite. Oh, dude, these are the good ones. Sweet. I was hiding these suckers. Yeah, we're going to put these behind the stage. Alright, so got some big stuff here, meow. I'm going to put this, let's see. See these big boys? Yeah. Like I said, big boys. And these ones right here, once shaved down, because right now they sit at a 4.5. So that's a 4.5. Right? We're going to be getting the stuff for the roughing cups on the 3s. which means I think Highland Park one is like, let's say 3.5 inch, right? So, yeah, I think it was like 3.5 inch. So these ones right here are the 3.5s. So if we want to make the plastic 3.5s, I got a million of those things. In fact, that's what these all were. Tried to make my own before, but I found some stuff out, as you can see. See that stuff right here, the fraying bits. The glue wasn't good enough on that. I'm sure it worked to some extent, but this is why I'm saying it's all about, figuring it out. Plus, I figured I had built this not really thinking about it, and I didn't really have the roughing cups for that size. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? These I just didn't end up investing into any further. So I have a whole box of 3-inch stuff. Yeah, and actually, there you go. That was the prototype for the, the original concept on what I was going to try to do. This might work. I don't know. And in fact, it might be overkill on stuff and overdone. So whatever. That's why I was just like, oh, I'll keep it, But this stuff, this will be for the monster balls once I end up doing those. And then I'm actually wondering. Because if I've got the 3s on those, I might be able to utilize these now. Because the cool part is with these, I made it to where everything was all in this size. So I can just swap these guys on real quick. Bing, bing, boom. Oh, I don't even know if you can see that correctly. Let's give this a little spin. There you go. Let's get this crap out of the way, huh? So, yeah. You can see right there. But also, this is what I was saying before. You see how this blurs? Everything just kind of blurs. If I have the table like this, now it's like, oh yeah, we can have overhead camera. I can do camera 1, camera 2, yeah, all that stuff. And we can just be like, all right, here we go. But this is beginning stages, so we're just going to figure it out. So I think that this is going to be the plan though, because I've already got everything for this. Problem is I don't have the polishing pads. I don't have enough of these. So I'm going to have to get some more of those. Pain in the ass if I have to make all these little things. But it does seem like this might have been a good method right here where they just cut little rings. So maybe I'll just do that. We'll have to see. Because if I can just do that, clearly that's preferred. But what I'm wondering is how the hell? Let me see. Where is one of those cups? I see. So that's the. Gotcha. Let's see what they're doing here. You see right there. That's their Velcro. So, what are they getting it to stick though? Maybe they super glued it or something. I don't know, but clearly that looks like it works, huh? So yeah. And then if you just have it swappable, you're good. We got it going here now. Oh, sorry. Looks like somebody's trying to message. I don't know how to. Why? Why are you? What is this? Dude. Stupid WhatsApp trying to make me look at stuff. I don't want to look at stuff. It's not what I have that app for. Oh, and yeah, see? Look at that. They got a bunch of them. Sphereproducts.com. 2.5-inch polishing pads. 500 grit. Yo, dude, they're literally just cutting these things. Brilliant. Brilliant. And look, actually, that's cool. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff here. Right arm. All right, so. Looks like I got a bunch of these little baggies of, yeah, I'm not going to show that. baggies of. It's just cut polishing pads, dude. So cool. Hopefully they were cheap. But it does make me think that, hey man, if they work, you know what we got here? These are all for the 2-inch, which not really the size I need. So cool. What's all this crap? Fill caps and crap. Don't need any of this. So yeah. All right. Well, that's not terrible. I think this is definitely going to be some stuff we can work with here because look, we got all these ones too, which are a little bit bigger. So yeah, we might just go through this and see what's up, huh? Because I mean, this is definitely going to be useful. I just don't think that there's going to be the 3-inch. But what size is this? That's 3 1/4 actually. Wow. All right. So we actually might be in game here. Because if these are the 3 1/4, well, yeah, you can't see any of that, can you? Nope. All right. Gotta remember that I'm doing some media stuff. Haha. Here's what we'll do. Get this out of the way. We'll move this to its home. Hang out here, bro, for a little bit. Yeah, it's gonna chill. You're gonna be all right, right? Yeah, you're good. Okay, so let's see what we're looking at here now. Give a little twist on this. Dude, it kind of almost looks like the center of that is foggy. So, look at that real quick. See what we got here. Thanks, Appalachia. Yeah, I mean, it could be, dude. But, you know, for the most part, I think it's, you know, just something that we're going to have to deal with, upgrade, you know, over time. It's going to take a minute. Yeah, but see, the thing is I didn't look at those. And I didn't know that they were like, somebody was pre-cutting them and then selling them off as, you know, as their own label or whatever. So, but yeah, I mean, hey, if we can work the sizes, that's great. I think it's going to work, dude. I think all this is going to be, you know, finally going to come through. We're going to be making some sweet balls and going to have some fun doing it. So I'm going to try to get this out of the way. How's that? Playing a dangerous game there. Maybe. Yeah, you can see them good enough. So it looks like we have these 3 cups right here, which are going to be large enough, which this gets us through big time because now we'll have the roughing cups and we'll have these cups, which theoretically should be all the same size for us. Are these brilliant? So there you go. There you go. Use some baby ones. Those are some. Oh yeah, look at that. We've got all different grits. Cool. This will help us out. Because I've also got friends that they want to make spheres, of course. I mean, who doesn't want to make spheres, you know? It's fun. It's cool. Okay, so what do I got here? Oh, I have multiple colors of pink. Well, that's good that they wrote some labels on them. Jeez. Okay, so this is a 10,000 pink. You know what? And if these things gonna go up to 10,000, really, dude? We shoveled a lot of stuff. I think we overlooked those. It's going to be awesome. Dude, it's going to be better than awesome. It's going to be legend. Wait for it. And just keep waiting for it. Because that's how long it's been. That's what I did. Oh, man, look at these. These are all like gunky. I have to wash these things. Dude, I've been waiting a long time to be able to do these. So I'm actually pretty stoked about this. I know it might not look like it or sound like it, but I'm jacked. I'm actually super happy because I think that once we can get going on some of these, you know, like there's just not a whole lot of people that are doing it, man. So it's not like I could just go over and find a cool rock and be like, hey, bro, can you make a sphere? You know, like I'll pay you money, whatever. Freaking, I just want a ball out of this rock that I found. No, I can't go and do that. And so with this, I'll be able to not only make, you know, plenty of spheres for myself, but if I've got a friend or two who wants something and they're like, hey, check this out, man. I found this awesome rock. Will you be able to make a ball out of it? Sure. Let's try. So these all smalls go in there. Oh, yeah, rock dust for days. These things need to be washed. That's one thing that I'm kind of a little bit like, I need to get my air filter once I have all the machines actually running because, yeah, I don't mess around with the rock dust. That's homie, don't play that game. Oh, my. Really? Been going for 2 hours? 7 o'clock already? Hot dang. Not like I had a whole lot going on tonight, right? I'm glad all you guys joined, though. You know, I do appreciate those upvotes. Appreciate all the support, you know. I just, you know, once we get this going, really a lot of this is going to be what we're going to be doing out the Sunstone Mine. It's going to be way cooler. We're going to have the, you know, the Starlink set up. We're going to get everything rolling like that. And so, I mean, step by step, you know, it's just going to be fun. Silicose is no joke. Yeah, exactly. It's not a joke. No good. Don't want to mess around with that stuff. Got to play it safe. You know, and not only is it no joke, man, I heard it's a terrible way to go. Heard it's a terrible way. You know, absolutely tragedy. So what I want is I know that I want to wash these things. And so I think what it's going to be is I have a bucket. Yeah, I think I got this guy right here. Oh, yeah, the drip bucket right there. Dude, I swear. Is that my water bottle? Nope. Been looking for my water bottle for weeks. Don't know where it went. I know I set it down somewhere, but where? Where's the question? All right, so all these are going to go. Oh, look at that, dude. Fat stacks. I mean, you know, you get 3 per thing, so tis what it is. But I'm happy about that. We got those going. We're going to wash just the big guys first. Because I'm not going to use those small ones yet. 2.5s. That's going to be that's probably going to be the lowest end of size I'm going to be doing. In fact, I'm going to try to be doing higher end stuff. And the biggest, you know, the setback there is going to be finding material that I can actually sphere. There's, you know, got to find big stuff to make big ball. So yeah, I think we're going to go with that. These guys actually could probably be tossed in here as well. Dude, there's a lot of the small ball stuff. A lot of small ball stuff. Tons. So probably shouldn't be lazy. And I should probably throw all the small ball stuff in as well. Just get it cleaned up. So I'm not just being like, you know, freaking rock dust room. That's one thing I really try to, you know, pay attention to. That's why my drink's over there, and yeah. So these guys right here are gonna be good. I think that I could probably that as well. I don't think any of these have been actually taken out. So these are all just seconds anyway, which is gonna be good. Yeah. But I do have the small ball cups, it looks like right there. So probably will be doing small ball because what if this is 2.5 inch? Yeah, I think I'll be probably doing small balls as well. So, well, you know, hey, small ball's cool. Right. We'll give it a whirl. See what happens. Maybe who knows? Maybe I'll fall in love with it and be like, oh man, I gotta make beads now. Who knows? But it's not like the most crazy dog bowl ever did. Yeah. All right. There's some pretty sweet spider webs on that. Or I mean, spider eggs too. So we're probably going to send that out to the wash. And let's see. You know, I think that about takes care of that. Because that's all the small stuff. All these other ones, I'm pretty sure right here, are just cups. So I do have another set. Well, some sets of different cups. You know, but these are going to be different ones. It doesn't look like they're same style. And maybe I should put these here. Yeah, I don't want to lose these. Big old chunk of leather for that. Okay. That stuff there, like that for now. That'll do. That'll do, pig. All right. Do wish I had like a sink in here. If I had anything, that would be just the bee's knees. Small balls are great for leftover materials. Oh, see, and that's the whole thing too. And that's why I was kind of like hesitant to get rid of my tumblers, or the tumbler and the vibratory polisher, is because you just throw scrap in there. And it's like, yeah, cool. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Problem that I was facing though is it's like the stuff that I have scrap of doesn't really tumble. So I'm just like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I want to just make rock balls. I think rock balls is where it's at. I think it's going to be a good time. And I do have the bucket still. Sweet. Okay, we're just going to do this for now. Walk around my shop like a crazy person. Oh, yeah, there we go. Get that dust. Let's make sure to rinse off the rock water. I don't like having that rock dust in my hand, though. Actually, that's a nice thing, too, about those filters that I got, is they're like HEPA filters, and they're quiet. And so when I have them running in here, it's no big deal. Doesn't even hum very much. But what I was actually thinking about doing is putting them up in the rafters here, and then having it to where the air gets kind of circulated around, because hot air rises and everything like that. So might help with some heat in here. It's not very warm in here. This wall over here, you guys don't see. It does have some insulation, and then of course it's got a concrete perimeter, which helps a little bit. But in winter, it just doesn't get very warm. So I can bring a little heater in here, but come on, why? Unless it's super cold. But yeah, thinking do these guys, and that needs to go back to my office. Yeah, this is looking good. It's coming right along. I'm thinking that once I get a little bit more organized here, we're going to be sitting in a good spot. I do have some material that I want to run immediately, and actually this I would really like to make some small balls out of, because I don't think that's going to be tough. Now, don't disregard this stuff right here, because that's just where I need to do a little bit of work. But you can see that right there. Now this stuff, this interior stuff, I do believe is a little bit harder than this, just fractionally, but yeah. And so I think this would make a cool ball if you hit it at the right spot, right? So then you got kind of a blend of the colors. Plus, this is all the lines on there. That is that chatoyance again. And so some of it is, some of it's not. But yeah, if you hit it right, that can make a really cool ball. And then I've got a couple more back here that I've been literally just stockpiling because I wanted to make balls. There's this one that I got. Come on, dude. Give me a little bit of walking room here. Got this one that I'm pretty sure is going to just be absolutely phenomenal once I get it done. But problem is I got to drill all these, and I could do the bit that was on there was way too small for any of the stuff I wanted to do. So I was just dead in the water. So now that I have the proper bit on, it's time to get going. Which that's another thing that maybe I'll try to figure out somehow. I'm not really sure, but might set this up to where I can do live streams with the core drill. So then you can actually watch it happen. Kind of slow, but hey, if I have a moderator or some kind of thing like that, maybe one of my friends helping me, we could probably get it going and at least make it somewhat interesting. But yeah, I think that we can do a lot of stuff with this. Mm-hmm. Oh, see, that's what I want. Sponsor of this. Coconut berry, dude. I'm telling you. Coconut berry is great. All right, well, I'm thinking that got that pretty much taken care of, huh? So might be go a little bit longer here just to make it a nice, even, rounded out time, because I didn't actually think I would be able to bust out that long, to be honest. Thought it would be like an hour type deal. So, but ultimately I want these to be a little bit longer. I think they're going to be funner, hang out. I mean, I got to figure out a time to do these, you know what I mean? What time's working for you guys best? I know some like Epoch, he's over there on the East Coast. You know what I mean? So that's a 3-hour time change. That's kind of lame. Oh yeah, by the way, I was telling you guys earlier that I cut those down into coins. Here's the remnants of the moss agate. These are still pretty good, and I could make some good coins out of them still. I don't know if you could get that. That's probably going to be blurry, but yeah, got another one too. So I save some stuff, but a lot of times I give it away. There's a few things that I've tried to save over the years just because I thought it was awesome, but when you see somebody who's like, oh my God, that thing's so awesome, you're like, dude, you want it? They're like, what? And so it's like this multiplier effect, and man, I tell you, there's something about it. But yeah, I would say that, once the Sunstone thing gets going, it's going to be a whole new level. It's going to be so cool. I can't wait to get going. I think that, make sure we're not putting that on camera. I think that once we get going on this mining operation, it's going to be wicked because, there's going to be a lot of color that we're going to be pulling. And I think that it's going to be great. It's going to be the best mining show ever. People they're going to trip out and be like, dude, I want to be a gemstone miner. This is what I've lived my entire life for. 5 is 8 for me. I think these live streams will catch wind. I'm hoping, man. Because I think, like I said earlier, dude, there's just a lot of us that are kind of like hanging out. Ain't got a whole lot going on, man. So why not chill in the shop? Maybe somebody else is chilling in their shop, And it's like, well, hey, it's just shop time. We're just hanging out in shops, And so, like, one of the things that I am kind of a little irked about, and this is a YouTube thing, is that I got to figure out some kind of music because it is kind of quiet, and that's fine and all. But there's sometimes like when I'm scraping on the drill or something earlier, where it's like, yeah, man, if I had just a little bit of like anything in the very background, you know what I mean, it would be fine just to make it to where it's not so super quiet, because if I even get so much as a hum on a light here, probably going to be hearing it, depending on how I set my microphone up, because I tried to make it to where, yeah, it's like sensitive for my speech, but not other stuff. But yeah, anyway, we'll figure it all out, dude. It's going to be dope. But especially during winter time, if we can get it to where we're showing, like straight up, this is what we're doing. Boring, it's raining outside, maybe for some people it's snowing, so they can't even get out. It's like, yeah, all right, well, we're stuck inside too, so let's make some balls, I think it'll be fun. But yeah, I think what we're at 222. So I think that we might call it for the night. So because I don't really have a whole lot much else going on. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'll hang out here as long as you guys want to, but I don't know, just don't want to bore you guys, kind of just whatever. Plus, I think that once actually we can get this set up, then it will be a lot easier to like, kind of do these things, kind of keep busy on things, because ultimately, check it out, man. If I've got 3 machines that I can form 4 sphere machines that I can be doing, and I can be running, okay, check this out. Here's where we're at. Oh, look, these have gotten done with this. Here, let's check this one out. What does this one look like? Do we need to keep it in this stage, or can we move it on to the next? And that's just something that we can do. Plus, there's a few other things I wanted to get on doing, because, of course, this is all going to be about the desert, before too long, once we're actually doing mining operations. And so that's going to change a lot of stuff. This is just a winter warm-up type thing, figuring out how to do all this stuff. But then I think that, once we can actually get it, rolling and stuff, we're going to have some stuff that I definitely want to talk about. Like, I know that, I was talking about currently rockhounding earlier. I watch a lot of his videos. I've been watching a lot of his videos for a long time. In fact, he's a big reason why I started making the channel. So, but there are some times where it's like I was just saying, I wish that there was something that we could do like in downtime when I'm scraping away at something. Like, well, that's really, you're not watching the channel to watch me scrape on something, right? It's not the point. It's hanging out. So it's not so much about what I'm doing. It's about what we're doing, hanging out, right? So if we could put like, maybe promote some of our friends and like show their content, maybe talk about their content a little bit, because, Jared, he does a lot of stuff like with tools and stuff, shop stuff. He's really good with that stuff. I think he was like a machinist or something at some point. I'm not really sure. But like the idea is like with my saw, I'm gonna ask that guy, like, what do I do, man? Like it looks like this right here. It looks like I need a pin, and I don't think there's any it doesn't look bad. So putting a pin is going to work, right? Is there a special thing I need? Should I put on some special version of the Loctite? All these type of things. So, oh, hey, what's going on? One of them mine. I love that name. Perfect. So yeah, I think I'm actually gonna just keep going if you guys gonna keep hanging out. Epoch, you don't mind, right? You're gonna be around. Perfect. I love the hearts. That's what I like. So, but yeah, like I was saying though, if we could get it to where it's like maybe we're talking, or we're looking at something like Jared's video, or currently rockhounding, and he's saying, okay, here's how you rebuild this, this saw part or whatever. Cool, man. So I want to be able to pull that up on like the Stream Deck thing that I was telling you about, and be like, okay, so check it out. Here's what I was watching to figure out how to fix this problem that I'm doing, and then I'm just doing like a live stream of it, And so, because don't get me wrong, I just call Jared or call Currently Rockhounding right now and be like, hey man, what's going on? Can you tell me? Oh, you can see me? Okay, yeah. Let me walk over to my saw. Right? You see this right here? Okay. So what do I do, bud? And he'll help me out. And I think that that would be fun. That would be really cool. This is not working. Come on, meow. Okay, we're gonna put you over here. Oh man. Okay, we're good. Yeah, shop looking good. It's you know what? It's coming along. Hey, see, that's the spirit, Epoch. That's the spirit. That's what I'm talking about, buddy. I'm glad you're here with us. I wish you lived closer, though. That's the true problem that we're dealing with right now. Is you're too far away, bro. I hear that private jets are pretty good about this whole thing. So if you see one on Facebook Marketplace or something like that, just buy a private jet. It's no big deal. Just fly over here whenever you want to. Maybe you I don't know, bring some cargo with you or something to offset a little bit of the cost, and we'll call it good, dude. Be great. One of mine. Do you got a shop of your own? I bet it looks a lot better than this mess, huh? Oh yeah. Yeah. See, it does look better than this mess. I knew it. See, right now, we just got primarily sphere machines because we're going to be going pretty full out on these guys, which now that I'm not working here, I'll just set this up to be more of just a operational center again. Oh yeah, drinking a Red Bull at 7:30 at night. Smart. Very smart. Oh yeah. Yeah, Big Barn. That's where I am hoping that the shop will be one day, but who knows, Yeah, I'm really hoping that Tuesday is going to be our day to get rolling on this, to get the ball rolling. Oh, God. Don't tell anybody I said that. Please cut that out in editing. Oh, what? Oh, that's right. I needed to put a a little wing nut on there. I bet you they were leaving this one loose. No, there's no reason why they'd do that. Probably just came loose. Which I wonder if that's something I should be aware of. You know, need to make these things, make sure they're tight, because otherwise it's slowly, you know, whatever. I don't know. I got to figure it all out. It's going to take time. But I think overall it's going to be good. Yeah, exactly. You can't kick the owl out. No. What you got to do is get a little webcam like this one and set it up right next to the owl so we can all see. There you go. That's the moneymaker right there. And then you call it Owl Barn. Owl Barn Lapidary. There we go. See, this one is just like, you know, I'm more of like a turkey. At best. I got 2 feathers over there. I need to get myself an owl. I think that would be a lot cooler than my turkey. You know, all the turkeys around here. I do have like, what? Close to 20 chickens though. So pretty awesome. The bird army. Tell you what. Oh yeah. So Epoch, you mind coming over and helping me move this table again? It's no big deal, right? There we go. Yeah, see, this whole thing, this whole setup needs to be angled. You know what? Maybe I'll just do that. I don't have nothing better doing. And I'm halfway deep into a freaking Red Bull, so might as well. Might as well. That way, yeah, I'll be there in 20 hours. Exactly. Dude, if you can get here in 20 hours, I'd be pretty impressed, bro. I got to be honest. I'd be pretty impressed. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to have to move all this stuff out of the way. Fortunately, we just moved it all out of the way. Good feeling. But what I think is, since there's a couple of you guys here, at least you can help me out on like my setup, because at least this way I can like get an idea of how it looks. Because one thing, you know, to try to, you know, do it 76 hours. Yeah, exactly. See, that's what I was saying. Take a lot longer. Actually, dude, you know what? Pops is being, you know, going over back to Thailand here soon. And he's saying that I might have to drive him down to San Francisco in case there's some kind of funky flights going on. Like, you know, because of all these, I don't know, some kind of plane issues or something like that. But yeah, I'm just like, wow, that would suck. But I guess if I have to drive you to Frisco, that's what it is. But don't expect me to get out of the car. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, horse your tail, splits a few machines and chair on wheels. Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. Yeah, you know what I'm thinking is because I can move all this pretty quickly. It's not that bad. All this, you know, like I said, we literally just moved all this, and really all I want to do is maybe adjust this table. And so once I have the weight off it, we just, you know, kind of flatten it up like that. I think this angle's all right for the camera. I think it's going to work. You know, I just want to be able to show stuff, plus, you know, move around in here and everything. So I don't know. I'm thinking, yeah, what are we looking at here? What are we looking at here now? Didn't I just have that? I did. Pretty sure it was like 96? No, it was 90. Dude, is this thing getting rusted out? Oh, no. That's blood. Nope. That is rust. So 90, and if I'm doing 90, I can go off of this wall back in here. Meow. What does 90 look like there? Oh, oh yeah, that totally leaves me one space, which would be space like that. Yep. I bet you that's what it is too. Come on, DeWalt. Okay. 90's right there. Yep. That gives me a pretty tight space. Dang, I don't know if I can do that actually. Like, the theory's good, but because this table's huge. You know, it's a home built one again. Yeah, and if I'm going multicam, you know, this might be fine, because then all I need to do is like change my cam to overhead projection, because at that, yeah, it might look like a mess right here, but I mean, hey, you know, ultimately what we're going to be doing, we're going to be talking and switching over to things like this. So essentially, if I can get used to standing on this mat and being like, oh, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-da, camera 2. Okay, now we're actually looking at the machine type thing, you know, and then we're watching what the actual work is. Because I mean, I think the only way that really this is going to function as a shop and doing like, you know, some stonework and stuff like that while I'm doing is going to be multi-camera. And so earlier, you know, because this thing's cheap, I've had it for days, but it's actually working out all right. I'm surprised, to be honest. Last time it was terrible, but I didn't have that light there, and so I think that's helping out a ton. Yeah, exactly. And so I thought about that too. But I mean, you know, if I get these things, you know, cheap enough, then it's like, yeah, just drop it in, you know, because I want to have it. See, that's a whole other thing. I want to have it essentially where it's like, you know, getting support from the light, you know, so it's not being blasted out, like, because that's the one thing that we're really getting. Like, if you look at my hand right there, I mean, it's white. You can't even, there's no, yeah, that's one of the things that sucks about these things. Now, we're in a shop, and so I'm going to try to deal with that. But yeah, for right now, that's just the way it is. And I think that if I got the cameras right here, not only is it not going to look all wonky and stuff from this frame, but it'll also be easy, and it'll stay out of moisture and everything like that. Because that's another thing that I'm trying to think of. Yeah, exactly. Stage. Yeah. Bleaching, for sure. 100% bleaching. Which actually, that's why I'm surprised that this light's not that bad, because even when I get like this, I would expect it to have been way brighter. You know, like if I do that, that's a pretty big contrast. That's what I looked like last week. So much better. It is no shave November though, so I'm looking a little scruffy on this one, but who cares? You know, we're not trying to, you know, pick up chicks on a shop channel or a shop Saturday. You know what I mean? With me and the boys hanging out, all three of us. You know, I think it counts me up in there too. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's the way to do it. Multi-camera, probably save it, which means I might be able to actually push this back a little bit. So I'm not, you know, maybe it cheap rings with multiple color LEDs are great. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have one of those rings, and I mean, I thought it was going to be all right, but as soon as I tried to turn it on, like, it just was not bright enough. So if anything, I would need a bigger one, because the little one that I have is just not very good. In fact, the construction light that I'm using right now, it's actually pretty beast. Is what I was using as the light above my saw. But you know, we'll figure it out one step at a time. Really, I think that just this little bit of an upgrade here is colossal, because not only can you actually see me and stuff like that, which is helping that camera out a ton, I bet, but also I have the setup now to where I can actually read the comments, because last week it was like, huh, what, okay, you know. So, and I think just leaving this microphone here is going to work for now. I mean, I do have an arm, like a rock star or whatever. But yeah, and then I've got the lapel mic and everything, but I just need to figure out what's up with the hooking it up to the laptop. Because for the most part, I think that we're just going to be using what we got for now until because the other thing is going out into the desert. We're going to have to set this whole thing up again and figure out how we're going to do it there because there's wind out there, gnarly wind and sun, and UV destroys everything and it bleaches everything out. So webcams like these probably ain't going to be able to use it unless I'm putting us in shade. Yeah, hot and plush. Yep. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to be right next to the big dog. I'm super happy about it. It's actually me, Epoch, and my other buddy Brian. We're all going in, and yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah, I mean, I don't get into relationships with, or like I don't get into other people's dealings and relationships and stuff like that. I just know that the guy that I've been working with for the past 10 years plus is always treated me right. Chris Rose, dude's awesome. He's the owner of Spectrum Mine. He's the guy I'm buying the claim off of. And yeah, they're just solid people. Yeah, exactly. See, and this is right here, I think. Oh, hold on. All right. There. See where my hand is right there? That's what I'm talking about. See how it's blurry? And then if I move it down here, it's clear. Blurry. Clear. So I wonder if this thing got scratched. Yeah. Well, let's just say I've never been to Dust Devil, and I've been going out to Rabbit Basin for over 10 years. So, yeah. Okay. Well, let me see. Hold on. Pardon me for a sec. Oh, you know what? I wonder if, what do you call it? Here you go. Alcohol gel. Yeah. Oh, nope. It's still, I can still see it. Yeah. I mean, this thing has been abused. I mean, it was in all kinds of boxes for years. Like I said, I'm surprised it's actually getting this. Yeah, exactly. But I think that if I can actually get even this quality off of this thing, might as well just put one or two more of them up in there. Because I mean, it says 4K, but I call BS. I call BS, and it ain't 4K. That ain't 4K. But yeah, I think I like that better actually. Yeah. If this area was just like 2 foot wider, even 2 feet wider, it'd be better. And I could rotate this table and just have bang, bang, bang. But I think, yeah, this is going to be the ticket. And so now we're going to have to find the budget to buy some cameras. That's the next thing. I'm sure with this Black Friday thing coming up, they're going to have sales on this kind of stuff. What I'm really waiting for is with the next generation, This is a fake wall right here, actually. But I put this fake wall up so I could have a space. just didn't really measure the space, or didn't really think about having a full-blown lapidary shop. That's the way you could really. This is definitely a converted space. But yeah, no. I actually, what I would really like to do though is get it to where, if I had the cameras overhead, I would like to build onto the wall, like kind of like a shelf, a specific shelf. So it's like, no, this machine stays here. That's just its spot. But yeah, that's down the line, because then I could have the, dedicated water system. I could have, everything set up. I don't know. I might want to share with an owl. In fact, if I could get my hands on an owl, I might have it right up there, right where that thing is up there. It's got its own little perch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that this might work. This might actually work. Because once this thing's out of the way too, that gives me a huge amount of space. Because this is a big old bulky table right here. Big bulky table. And it's solid. Just as long as you don't try to pull it up from the right, Epoch? Just don't lift it from the boards on the top. Make sure you lift it from the base. Otherwise you might find a random board sticking up. It's just going to take some time. But this is the future, man. Ain't got nothing better else to do on a Saturday. Dude, that stuff like straight up makes you salivate. Every time I take a drink, I'm like, okay, what the hell is up with that? Weird. The Red Bull stuff. Yeah. I don't want to resist. Feathering disc adhesive. Yeah, and see, this is some other stuff that I'm going to have to figure out what it is. Because, I don't know what any of this stuff is. 220 epoxy, 330 epoxy. Don't know, dude. Have no clue. Don't lift from the tabletop. Yeah, bro. I still need to fix this. I want to, dude, I like this thing. I mean, it's just big and heavy. You know what I mean? If I had the welder and everything, dude, stop. If I had a welder, man, I'd be making stuff like the saw tables, the saw table here. But, yeah, it's just one of those things that I never got. I never learned either. So if only I had somebody who could teach me welding, who could that? Actually, that's really good that you weld, because, guess what? Miners tend to need. We're going to need some welding, bud. Oh, yeah, we are. It's going to be good. Well, I suppose we might be able to put that together. You know what I'm wondering, though? Wondering if you can actually see some of this detail on this. Maybe on this one. Let's see. How's this camera hang with detail? You can kind of see. Oh, crap. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see, but it's not great. So I have to figure that one out too. Because if I am getting another camera, what I would really like to do is have it to where I also have a camera that will, high definition type close-up cameras. And then that way I can just switch over to that and be like, oh yeah, so here's what I'm actually talking about. Because all this is very wide. I can like zoom in on this thing or whatever. Oh God. I could do this. I mean, I suppose, this is basically what I would be looking at, which is kind of funky. And you're not getting really much of the detail or anything like that. And so I'm thinking, and it's, there you go. There we go. I think that's just a lot better. Because now it's like, no, man, you just see the shop. You know, it's a little low though. I want to fix this. Get all this stuff figured out. All this stuff eventually figured out. So yeah, all right. Well, 250, 4 people. Not bad, not bad. Dino, yeah. Message retracted. Oh, I missed it. Sorry. So Dino on this. I missed the original Opticon. Oh yeah, there it is. Great switch. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's stone. No, that's serpentine. It's what do you call it? Well, to be safe, it's antigerite. It's probably what do you call it? Williamsite, because bowenite has two items in there, bowenite and williamsite. Bowenite is going to be the more gemmy clear one, and the williamsite is kind of the more milky one. And so, like, you can see, they'll have more clarity in them. And a lot of the times, the stuff that I'm finding is definitely a blend. But like this guy right here is one of the ones I've been working on lately. Here, see if I can. So you can see, like how this has got that. Oh gosh, right there. And so you can see a little bit of the definition on it. Mostly you can see a little bit of color and everything. It's kind of hard to see, but of course that's mostly camera. And you can see all those speckles in there. That's the metallic, it's either chromite or magnesiochromite or whatever. But when you get backlit, and yeah, you start to see some really wicked stuff. And so this is where I'd want to have like a better camera, that when I cut stuff like this, or if I'm processing something like this in the shop, I could be like, yeah, so check this out. Here's what I'm talking about, But see, this is just some of the stuff. Oh God. This is just some of the stuff that I've been working on. That's a pretty good slab, right? But it's not nearly as big as I have. Now, if I got, oh man, actually I gave that to Epoch there. But this stuff right here, this stuff is actually some of the best I've ever found. And so really, really good stuff, right? Super good green. And like, this is not that dark line, that's all swirly type going up it. That's not inclusions. That's the good stuff. It's just a harder material. And so you see all the sparkles on there. Yeah, all those inclusions. Those look freaking really, really cool when you catch it. Plus, this is translucent, right? In fact, this side I didn't polish. But you can see, if I can catch the light. Yeah, you can see all those inclusions, how they really give it that sparkle effect. Yeah, super cool. And then the big piece back there, like right there, that one right there is actually this. That's the other half of it. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get some more of that stuff. And I'd love to make, what I really like to do is, I've got some cool lapidary projects that I'd like to do, but I have to figure out how to do it first. Fortunately, this stuff's pretty soft, but it's just figuring out how to actually put things together. Like, because you can see it in your mind, but that's not how your hands work sometimes. You're like, whoa, stupid left hand, why don't you do something? And so yeah. Just because you can imagine it doesn't mean that's how it's going to actually come out. I've seen that before. In fact, me and my buddy have an inside joke about it, but yeah, I'm not going to make fun of that person here. It's best not to make fun of people in public. Smash him. Exactly. Yep, 100%. Yeah. And I tell you though, some of the stuff that we're going to be getting suppose I can show you guys the special box while we're here. So this is the special box. One of the things I have in here. This is let's see if I can actually show you that. So you can see right there, that's actually an aquamarine specimen that I bought over there in New Hampshire. And cool thing is I do not believe this is glued. I hit it with the UV light, didn't see any fluorescence, so I don't think it was actually glued. I think that is actually legit. But what I was wanting to show you guys, some of these, because these are what, I don't know if I can get these very good on one of these cameras, but this is what we're going to be looking for. Oh yeah, you can see that. Yeah. Let's see. So see that dark color? Yeah, you see that, don't you, bro? Wee boy. Huh. Look at that. Dang, oh dang, look how bloody that color is. Woo! And then, like, so this is actually the best one I've ever found. I've been hanging on to this one because this one has a special thing. Once I get meet a nice girl, I'm gonna make her something special out of that. But that one's going to, whenever. This guy though, right here. I wonder if I can show you that. It's actually a good bicolor. Oh yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen. So you can kind of see that it's got some. Yeah, this camera's definitely not from that. So it's definitely got the. You can see the red there because you can see it off of the backdrop of my hand, right? And then if you hit it just right, I think you can kind of see up here in the tip is where you're going to be able to just see a little bit of that green. And then you can also see the schiller coming off on that side too. And so this is a really nice colored stone. And this is being the bicolored with that nice schiller because it's kind of like a dusting, like a dry brush is the way I like to, if you took like a dry paintbrush and put it in like flour and then just, kind of like that. Oh, this guy right here. Well, this is a special one, but yeah, this guy's pretty awesome. Love to carve that out. So you do the carvings, huh? And then, of course, I've got the rest of, because see, this one that I was just showing you with the bicolored, that green. So it actually, this was also found right next to it. Oh yeah, I even saw that flash there for a second. But in there, oh yeah, I don't know if I can actually catch it, but there's a thin layer in there that's actually colored. And so what it was is it's like a thin layer of like the blue turquoisey type, the bluish green. And so what I'm thinking is this is going to have to be for somebody who like really knows how to do, cut these stones, because I'm thinking that you're going to, if you can capture that color, it's going to be a really unique stone. I think it'll look great. Plus it's got a lot of peach to it. So it's looking pretty good on that color. I did have another one too that was from the same area. I don't know if we'll actually be able to see this one, but we'll try. Oh, no. So yeah, okay, there you go. You see that green line in there. So that's actually pink with green. That's going to be a really, really good stone right there too. And it's actually, it's pretty decently thick. I didn't really notice too much gnarly in there. It's going to be, it's going to be a good cutter. I think it will be solid enough to just cut as is. You won't have to like cut it in half or something funky like that. Fee digs, no, those are from the, what do you call it? The extravaganza. Yeah. So, well, yeah. So they would have been a fee dig because I got those out of the green pit at Spectrum. And then I'm sure you guys are all familiar with this stuff. But look at the glow on that. This is the only little bits of the Oregon fire opal I have left from the Red October claim. And so this stuff is like glassy. I never really got a whole lot of it, to be honest. It's hard work. It's really hard work. And like sometimes if you're hitting it, boom, you just hit tons of it. But if you're not, you ain't getting it. You ain't getting nothing. And so these are some of the ones that, just kind of keep to myself, because as much as I like to give everything away, there's always a few that you just gotta squirrel them up, squirrel them away and save them for special things. That's why I said like that one, that red, deep red one. That one's gonna make a very happy woman someday. Well, at this pace. It's going to take a long time. But, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, this is why I wanted to get a sunstone claim over there. I've wanted to do sunstone since the first time I did it. I was like, oh, yeah. Not experienced enough yet. Sunstone's good people. I'm good enough. It'll take time. Yeah. Oh, no, man. We're going to get you up to par in no time. It ain't going to take long at all. Before you know it, you're going to be rocking out big stones. In fact, I talked to Brian earlier today, and because I was asking about the tacks. And he's like, did he order the machine? I was like, yeah. He's like, no way. I'm like, yeah, already. And he's like, dude, wicked. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome, dude. Everybody's stoked about it. We're going to keep rocking. And this is going to be big. Opal is my number one Australia, though. Yeah, I mean, so isn't Australia, I mean, Opal in general, just so finicky. Sunstone is the name of my ranch. Oh, awesome. Well, I'm definitely going to have to check that ranch out because I love me some sunstones. What do you got? Do you got a good head of cattle, or do you got some sheeps? Australian, though, yeah. I like the Australian opals, but man, I tell you, opal, I don't know. Because isn't there like a whole bunch of stuff that you got to know how to work with opal? Like, oh, sometimes it doesn't like water. Sometimes it really likes water, or it likes it too much. Oh, and then you get the crazing, and then you get, it's glass. So yeah, it's mosaic. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, opal's definitely a weird stuff. It's kind of not something I really ever thought about working with. I mean, I like that stuff, but even then, I have to get somebody works with the opals to do that kind of stuff. It doesn't have any color play though. So yeah. Yeah. I mean, that Australian opal though, isn't that stuff crazy expensive too? Because I heard it's like, there's basically only so many mines where they actually get it, like Cooper Petty or whatever. And yeah, it's pretty tough. Oh, that's sweet. Sunstone Rescue Ranch. I love it. Well, perfect. We'll have to make sure we check it out. I'm sure you guys got a website we can check out. Up to 8K a carat. Jeez. Ooh. Maybe I need to get into mining opals, huh? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind checking out Australia, except, creepy crawlies, man. Crazy spider going to get you or something. I mean, I've definitely seen some stuff over there stuff on the pictures, and I'm like, yeah. Not so sure about that one, guys. This is why New Zealand's definitely one of the places that I wanted to check out for a long time. It's because it's like, there ain't nothing over there that can kill you. You get some what do you call it? They've got some crap that can like bite and sting and everything like that, but it's not like, deadly stuff. Ooh, gem and mineral merchants. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, that's why I want to get into it. I actually want to do more of the, you know, I want to talk with more miners. I want to talk with more people in the industry. That's next level up. That's where we're going with all this. First, we're going to do our own mining, and you know, we're building a team right now for for people who are, if you want to sell stuff, cool. You set up your sales, and we'll feed you material or whatever. But for the most part, yeah, eventually we're going to be moving on to trying to, meet more people, more miners, see what we're doing. Not just the miners, but the distributors and the gem cutters and everybody in the industry. It would be really cool, And I think that it would be something great for something like live, because I know that I think this stuff's the future, to be honest. I think that video editing and stuff like that is just too big of a pain in the butt. And I think that with editing, AI, things are going to just get too crazy. So people are going to want that authentic, real, want to see the human walking around in real life, in real time, And I bet you'll be able to just pull up feeds just like on Twitch or whatever, and just pull up your camera or pull up your phone and, oh yeah, what's going on? Hey, because even right now, I've seen little kids, in carts and stuff, FaceTiming with another little kid. And it's like, man, these kids couldn't be any older than 7, Yeah, right, bro. You can have it, bro. You want it? You go for it. I'll come in after. You go and fight all the spiders, man. I'm good. I don't want to. Me and spiders, we're not friends. Like, and dude, it's not the big ones, man. Big one you see coming. It's the little shit you got to worry about. Little tiny spider, little tiny snake, tiny scorpion. Ooh, because scorpions, man. That's all they do. It's all about it. There's a whole story about it. All right, guys. Well, it's 3 hours in, so I think this time I'm going to give it a little call because I'm actually kind of hungry. Didn't eat my dinner. Should probably eat something, especially after drinking that Red Bull at 7:00 at night. It's probably not the most responsible thing to do, but hey, thought I was going to move a table here. Yeah, worked out pretty good, huh? So, but yeah, appreciate everybody showing up tonight. I'm just going to keep on doing this regularly. I think that Saturdays are going to work out from what I'm telling, or from what I'm seeing. Like the audience, the back end stuff, it kind of shows me what days people are watching. All right. Appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you next time, huh? And, yeah. And then that way we can start building up our community a little bit, because I think that there's a lot of us and we really got a whole lot going on Saturday night. So absolutely. And it's always great seeing you too. I definitely appreciate you being here. Appreciate your support. And, I'm hoping that, before too long, we'll all be digging together, right? Absolutely, man. Hey, and yeah, Epoch, man, definitely hit me up. Keep me posted on what's happening with the faceting machine, because as soon as I get that, I need to just get you Brian's number, dude, so you guys can talk. I'll just have to figure it out. Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll be rocking it. That's for sure. So once we figure out everything, we just got to figure some stuff out before. But yeah, we'll hook it up and we'll get you guys, you and Brian connected and stuff, so then you can start getting figured out on a gemstone, because we'll have to get you guys, some kind of teaching figured out. I mean, what's the best way to learn? I mean, it sucks that you're going to be, 4 to 6 weeks out on the machine, and then we're not breaking ground until, spring, but I'm sure you can learn a lot. And by the time spring rolls around, you can, I don't know, talk with him about specific stone or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out, dude. That's what I'm getting at. So, but all right, guys. Well, I'm going to cut this stream off, and just remember, next Saturday, we're going to be doing the same thing, just hanging out. It's not anything special, we're not some high production, rock hounding channel or anything. We're just we're just going to hang out. Give us all something to do on a Saturday night. But I do want to probably work on the saw a little bit because it does need to get back up and running. In fact, I want to say that I'm like mid-cut, I still got a rock clamped in there. So I know that I'm just like, oh, gotta get that done. Because ultimately that helps me out a lot too. And it's way too loud to be running during a live stream, but it helps me out like prep for a live stream or something like that. And then when I'm doing my videos, because on my normal videos, I'm trying to put them out every Monday right now, but truck went down, so I'm not going to able to Rockhound this weekend. But we're going to try to have those out every Monday. And I'm going to try to have it to where, because the biggest like kind of request I was getting before is people are like, yeah, you show us the rocks you're finding, but you never show us what it looks like when it's cut or polished or anything. That's what all this is going to actually be about. So we'll get that going too. I need to just have that going. I need to have all this operational. So I'm working on it, and I appreciate all you guys coming tonight. And thanks for all your support. And we'll be seeing you next time. Oh yeah. Let's see how we do.